What is going on, All-Terrain Nation? Whether it be two-wheel drive, four-wheel drive, I don't know. It's something we're driving. It doesn't matter. I've got like 5 different sounds going in my ears at the moment, so let me mute that. All right, so what is going on, All-Terrain Nation? It's your buddy Dave here, alongside extraordinarily awesome wife, Kelly. What is going on, Kelly?
Howdy.
Well, I hopefully you guys can hear Kelly right now, because...
You should be able to.
Let me know if you can hear Kelly. Kelly, can I hear you?
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Well, we're playing with a few functions right now, so please bear with us. But hopefully you can hear her a lot better than before. So, and thanks to you guys all the super chat stuff, and I appreciate that. And that's what allowed us to add the equipment. So I would tip my hat to you, but it's backwards, and you know how that works. It doesn't work very well. So today on the show, I wanted to get into look, holy cow, 2 mics.
Sweet.
I wanted to get in today to a little bit of SEMA coverage because I've been kind of quiet about it. It's not like we weren't going to go, but I didn't want to get everybody's expectations up, and honestly, I kind of wanted to see what was, some of the press releases that we've read.
Yeah, because we couldn't really commit to a whole lot yet until we saw kind of what was coming out too. So, I'm sorry, guys. I can't help with the hat. It's got to go. So sorry. I had to play along with you guys for a little bit. So, maybe somebody will dislike my hat, my backwards hat, but whatever.
Anyways, so I did a poll up about, we'll start this out with the SEMA coverage, and I wanted to see what everybody was thinking of what they want to see. Now, I know one, we're going to cover press coverage stuff.
Yeah.
Ford has some releases, Toyota and a few other companies. 4Wheel Parts has something that I want to cover, but I kind of want to see, Kelly, I want to see the horrible mall crawler builds. Like, I do. I want to see these things that probably would never drive on the road, probably that some companies literally destroyed a vehicle to get a SEMA build. And it happens every year, and it's not just Bronco that they do this stuff too. They do it. Every brand seems like there's some brodozer guy out there that wants to do that to his vehicle. And no shame. I mean, if that's what you're into, that's cool. Yeah. But I think it's going to be kind of fun. And of course, this is our first SEMA. I've covered a bunch of press stuff, but your first time was going to the Texas rodeo, or the TAWA event, the Riders Association thing we did. So this is going to be kind of mind-blowing for you, I think.
Yeah, it should be interesting. Of course, we did the auto show, the Chicago Auto Show too. So
that's right.
We did that.
Right. Yeah.
So wasn't my first. It was my first rodeo, but it wasn't my first rodeo. So so this will be interesting. SEMA will definitely be interesting for me because I've heard it's massive. I'm actually going shopping for tennis shoes tomorrow because I've heard there's a lot of walking.
Yeah, a lot of walking. Of course, we're at the Bellagio, right?
Yeah, we're at the Bellagio.
So, we're not too far away from the event, but it's still going to be a lot of walking and stuff. And I do have a few scheduled interviews that we're going to be doing. I'm going to be talking with Quadratec. And if you don't know, Quadratec does... they're fairly big in the Jeep community. They strictly just do Jeep parts. But I want to push their buttons to see if they're actually going to get into Bronco stuff, because there's a new, not sheriff in town, but there's definitely some new outlaws in town, and the old sheriff's got to contend with those now. And we've seen 4Wheel Parts jump all in with Bronco. So I have a feeling maybe some of these bigger Jeep companies might want to dip their toes into it. And I get why they probably don't with Toyota and some of the other brands, but this is direct competition. And if you're not on the train, you got left back at the station.
And you're welcome, because Dave was like, do I really want to interview with Quadratec? And I said, yes, you want to interview with Quadratec. So you're welcome when we come across the coverage for it, because he wasn't really sure if we wanted to do it. And I told him, why not? If they're doing Jeep products, then they're in the realm anyway, because we all know the Bronco is what? The Bronco is an awesome off-road vehicle that we're expecting to see. So why not go to the ones that are already providing product to the market, even though it's a different vehicle, it's still the same concept for what we're looking for.
Right. So there's a little bit of that. Mark King, dude, thanks, Mark, so much. Kelly's a SEMA virgin.
I am a SEMA virgin. So's Dave.
I am
Dave's
too.
a SEMA virgin. So we're popping our cherries together. Aww. Isn't that sweet?
So yeah, we've got that going on. But I've been tempted, and I could have went to SEMA years ago when I was doing a lot of just Nissan stuff. But well, Nissan doesn't do a lot of exciting things, so I was like, well, I'll just pass on that one.
Haven't you beat up the Nissan train enough?
Well, I still love the brand.
I know
just
you do.
Wish better of the brand.
You know.
But first off, guys, it wouldn't be a show unless I cheers. Today, because we've had a hard morning, but I guess before I cheers,
You probably should talk about our morning.
we've had a hard morning. So we went to our local Ford dealership, and I can only tell you a little bit because we're going to do a video on this. But let me tell you, my booty is a little sore, Kelly.
Yes.
Kind of hard negotiations, right?
So, and we're not gonna talk about negotiations yet. Don't worry,
Yeah,
I'm
right.
not jumping there.
Okay.
But so, again, this trip was my fault today because I told him, I said, hey, we're getting ready to go to SEMA, and you guys know I've said this on lives before that our Bronco's probably going to come while we're at SEMA or very, very close to it. So I told him, I said, you know what, maybe we need to go to the dealership, talk to them, do everything.
Just get the paperwork done.
Just get everything kind of rolling before, so we're not surprised when the Bronco comes on and our hearts are hurting, or we're more difficult to negotiate with, or it's more difficult for us to negotiate, I guess.
Yeah.
So
But the problem with this one being that we both want this vehicle, I think equally as bad.
yeah, so normally, for those, I don't know if you guys have heard this or not, if we've told you or not, but I typically negotiate his vehicles. He typically negotiates my vehicles. Well, this is our vehicle, so who's going to negotiate that vehicle?
Really, it's all of our vehicles because we're doing this
because you all
with
have been
you guys.
following it and everything else. So we tried really hard to negotiate, folks, but we'll get into that later.
So Jessica's asking negotiations ? But MSRP was the thing, or talking about the Jeep trade-in. Well,
So the trade.
it's well,
A little bit of both, I guess.
It's a little bit of both because MSRP is MSRP, except when dealers get involved in the situation. And like I said, I've got a notepad over here with lots of thoughts, and that I'm going to lay down in the video, but not till after we get the Bronco because, well, we don't want to screw anything up with that.
Thank you, Nissan Hawaii Nation.
Oh, Ronald, thank
You're
you,
awesome.
sir.
I hope you're loving your Frontier.
Yeah, our buddy Ronald there has been a big supporter of me for several years now, and Ronald, I appreciate that. He just picked up a new 21 Frontier, man.
Yeah.
It's very, very, very cool. And he ordered some Z1 parts.
Yeah. Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
I wonder hey, you're going to have to keep us posted on how quickly they get there.
We're gonna,
because we know, obviously, we're 4 hours away by car?
Yep.
3.5, 4 hours away by car, and they get there overnight to us, essentially. So
Yeah.
I'm curious how long it takes to get to Hawaii. So please keep us posted.
And we're going to have Ronald on the show one of these days on the normal ATN shows. But let's see. So 20 votes right now. What do we got in the chat here? We got 34 people, only 20 votes on this for our mall coverage or rock crawler coverage. And I'm just curious. So we'll end this poll right now and see what everybody had to say about that. But I was curious because I know our friends over at Pickens Party of Five, they were asking the question in Facebook about, hey, what should they try to keep an eye on? And of course, I think we're different style of content, even though we're gonna meet up with the old Pickens, and I'm getting a selfie. I'm going to get a selfie. There's no doubt. And Coderman is going to be at SEMA as well, which is going to be a lot of fun.
Nice.
And I have a feeling, Kill, we're going to make a bunch of new Bronco friends there.
I think so too.
But
he's filling up our schedule quickly, and I don't know, he hasn't put it on the schedule. So
Right.
I hope everybody he's committed to, we actually end up making it work, because he tends to, overcommit and not put on the schedule.
Well, and let's see, Jessica, I want to see everything you see at SEMA. Well, we're going to try. We'll do some live stuff from the floor, definitely, as long as cell service is.
Yes.
I know being press, we get access to their Wi-Fi systems, but as long as we get good service.
And it should be interesting, too, because we've been told to be prepared for masks. So we're going to try our best for the sound to sound good for you guys as well. So if you do join us on live and there's kind of wonkiness with the sound, please keep us posted. Let us know. Say, hey, speak up or whatever, because we won't know, between the mask and all of that.
Right.
So just be prepared that you may see a mask, and because we're being told that that's kind of what's happening.
Right. I guess
in Vegas right
it's
now.
a Vegas thing right now. I don't know how. It's kind of weird though, because I don't think in casinos they are wearing masks. I don't know.
We'll see. and let's be honest, he and I have traveled quite a bit since. Well, I say quite a bit. I guess comparatively to other people, we've traveled quite a bit since the pandemic is kind of whatever. In places that tell us it's masks mandate
Generally,
aren't always mass mandates.
Yeah.
So we'll see. So I just want to prepare you guys for that you might see that.
But we're definitely Ford has a couple press conferences.
Yep.
Monday,
Tuesday.
we're going to miss the one on Monday because we're flying in later that day. But Tuesday, they're going to, I think, do the SEMA reveals for the 6 that they've got coming up, which that's going to be a lot of fun. We will definitely be at Four Wheel Parts is supposed to have something.
Which is Tuesday as well.
Yeah, which I believe is going to be Bronco related. And some of this will get out some quick edit style footage so that if you ain't first, you're last kind of thing. And we definitely want to be on top of this for you guys, and because you guys have been so awesome to us. And after that, I think we've got that interview with Quadratech. I want to say on Tuesday afternoon, maybe.
Everything's on Tuesday except for like leftover stuff on Wednesday.
And then we'll have a little bit of I think Wednesday coverage, and after that, we'll be back into the studio, and of course we'll break it all down, on that next Monday. But on that next Monday, I think it's not confirmed just yet, but I think Shelby Hall will be on the next Bronco live show. So if you are a big fan of Shelby Hall and all that she's done with Ford and the Bronco, as of right now, it's a tentative next Monday. And then on Tuesday, we have TFL coming back on the show. So it's definitely they have a Bronco right now, so I definitely want to hit them up for a lot of cool news with what they've been doing with that. And we're going to have Nathan on from TFL, which has been my favorite guy over at TFL. So I'm very, very excited to get to talk to Nathan. I generally like his thoughts and opinions on vehicles, so I'm really excited by that. So you guys, we've got stuff coming, and it's going to be the season, Kelly. So you guys play along at home, though. December is the best ad revenue date for us. We can make
no shame in that game.
Yeah, make a little bit of money in December. So we're going to try to have lots of content to feed the beast for you guys,
which helps us travel more in 2022. To be honest with you, bring you more content.
Yes, because we're just scratching the surface for all the news that you're seeing. And the better we do with the channel as far as ad revenue, the better it's going to be for you guys. So if you've got ad blocker, I get it, but don't do it. Not for my channel.
Unblock it just for us.
Yeah, unblock it just for us. Frank, thank you so much, Frank Coleman, for that. That $4.99. John Love, once again, thank you for that $9.99. And Andy, like always, dude.
Aw, you're awesome.
Andy, like and share. Got mouse to feet. Just definitely smash the like button. It clearly. That's what YouTube feeds off of is when you smash the like button and comment on videos. They love that. So
and I do kind of want to just kind of talk about the subscribe thing for just a second, because I actually have a friend that doesn't. Cheers. I don't have my drink yet. But I actually had a friend that doesn't do much on YouTube. She doesn't watch a ton, and we kind of talked about like and subscribe, and she said, well, does it cost anything to subscribe? It doesn't cost anything to subscribe. You're literally just going to the top and you're saying, hey, ring the bell. And essentially what happens is YouTube pushes a notice out to you that says, hey, Dave and Kelly are live, or All-Terrain Nation is live. So just so you know, or a new video is popped and things like that. So if you didn't know that, it doesn't cost you anything. It's literally just like and subscribe. So so you know. That
would be correct. And but we'll get into some Bronco stuff. First off, I have to do this. I forgot to do it last show. My buddy John, he knows I'm a huge Bengal fan, and on Instagram, how do you pronounce his last name? Because I'm going to butcher it.
I
don't know. John W. He hand carves all this stuff, and this is just the quality of the hand carving was awesome. And he made me a little Bengals statue, and he put his little name on it, stuff. And I love this stuff,
and
man.
Says ATN on the back.
Yeah.
Too.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
It does say ATN on the back of it. So I had to say thank you personally, because it's not going anywhere. This will always be on my shelf, so I greatly appreciate that.
Super cool.
And if you didn't see on Instagram, we got our Bronco, guys. Look at that. We got a Rapid Red Bronco. I was super pumped. I didn't know they were doing a 4-door. You've seen the 2 doors back there, but I did not know they were doing a 4-door. And I overpaid for this by a lot.
Yeah, you did.
And I had to have it. So, and then my buddy Luke, you probably can't see it, but the roof is body matching. And somebody made a comment of like, oh, Ford can get that body matching,
but they can't get it for us.
Yeah. But my buddy Luke over at Lifestyle Off-Road says you need to take a Sharpie, open it up, take a Sharpie, and do the roof black so it'll match ours. Which
I don't know.
I think I probably.
But that's a hard top. Whereas isn't a hard top.
Well,
soft top now.
In tough times, Kelly, you just got to do with tough.
And
things.
I would say John Weideman is how you would
All right.
pronounce it. Is
All
what
right,
I would say. So thank you, John. Thank you.
There was a
thank
couple questions I wanted to get to real quick before we really get into gear here. Whiskey, it does kill germs, and I'm drinking Jack Frank Sinatra today
Is that what you're drinking today?
Because it, like I said, at the dealership, it was a tough day.
He was talking about when we go to Vegas to drink whiskey, it'll kill the germs.
Yes, well, there'll be a lot of germs there.
Ram 5816.
There. All right, so Ram 5816 says, had my build date moved back again from this week till next week. I got a VIN. Is there a chance that I won't get my Bronco for 21? I've seen a few people saying their VINs got taken away. And I've yet to kind of figure that one out.
Yeah.
And I probably need to reach out to Ford about that because I thought it was just maybe a one-off thing. And but I've seen a couple times of that. So I will definitely reach out to Ford, or if I see Mr. Mike Levine over in Vegas, I will definitely ask him that question.
For sure.
Because that is a little disheartening that they started, they know production levels and they have an idea, and they're generally pretty conservative when they do these build dates. You get a build date, they're generally pretty conservative. Now what really screwed us up in the fall was the hardtop issue, which they had to pull people from the line to literally go out and hand find those Broncos and switch the tops out. And it's not like switching a top out takes forever, but it does take some people and some resources, and they had a lot of them over there. They had, I think it was 3 lots full of 2-doors and 4-door hardtops. So that slowed everything down and pushed. It was a trickle down effect, and it's got us to this point. I would say you're probably okay though. The only thing, I've done a video on this, I would say the only thing you might want to think about is you get your 21 and 22.
Yeah.
So because we have the holidays, the holidays are going to screw up everything. Clearly, shipping's been an issue. I think for every manufacturer right now, shipping's been an issue because they just don't have the people.
Yeah.
It's not the vehicles or putting vehicles on trucks. It's literally truck drivers right now. They're spread so thin. And I know Andy's a truck driver, man, and I appreciate everything you do because it's they're kind of the unsung heroes of America, really.
For sure.
Anybody, I've got several good friends that are truck drivers, and we've got particular Toyota friends that they are to the West Coast, to the East Coast. They do it twice a week.
Yeah, and that's their route.
Yes.
Cross country.
Yes, they go to San Diego twice a week.
Yeah.
So those guys, they're the unsung heroes, man. And however you want to support them, I'm sure it used to be in the day. You'd give them the old honk the horn. Some people would give them the old flash the top. I don't know how you do it anymore. How you say thank you to a truck driver, but
you even totally just called it out like that.
I know.
Wow.
But however you say thank you to a truck driver, say thank you. Because they are the backbone of America. But let's see. We got Terrence. Thank you for saying those nice words. And I have to say, we got a super. Hold on, I'll go right back up. You've got your own computer thing now.
Yeah, but
I had to take away her computer. Okay, JD Smoking Pipes, dude. You're too freaking awesome, man.
Thank you.
Like I said, I appreciate those the super chats a lot. I really do.
Absolutely.
Let's see. Where are we going? Up. All right, here you drive. Drive the chat box.
Trying to tell me taking away my computer.
See what happens. You
go wild.
Get in media, and then your wife gets in with you, and then it's cat and dog fighting over here.
We were actually just quick sidebar. We were actually talking about this today about for those of you that don't know, I actually went to school for music business. So I actually have a business degree in entertainment.
I went to school for Hard Knocks.
Yeah, he went to school for Hard Knocks. So it's kind of funny that we've come full circle.
Mm-hmm. I was a musician. She was a musician.
I was a singer.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's kind of funny how we've come full circle back to our passions and where we came from.
But we're not singing.
But we're not. No. You won't hear us sing, so it's okay. So go wild.
Stand by your man.
You said you weren't going to sing. Read.
Anyways, what am I reading here?
Go wild.
Oh, go ahead. Go for it. You have a mic now. I know. See?
Go Wild says, do you think the Fun Haver Bronco is going to be the same or different with long travel suspension?
That's a good question. I don't know. Those guys have had lots of times over at RTR now to develop, a nice long travel suspension. I guess if Danny was here, Danny is. I like having Danny on the show sometimes because he's SoCal.
I'm chopped liver.
No, you're my best friend. She's my best friend.
Mm-hmm.
But Danny has that SoCal mentality of how they off-road.
Oh, for sure.
I gave Danny the keys to my Nissan Xterra one time, and he thought it was time to go rallying down the courses. And like by the time I got it back, the wheels are all sideways, like shit's falling off of it. And so, what we do for off-roading and what the West Coast does is kind of completely different. So, long travel suspension's not always like I don't always get excited by that. Just as I don't like Jeeps flexing out as much as they can do. You've seen one Jeep flex, you've seen them all flex. So now, while if I was in high-speed desert driving, like out in Johnson Valley on some of the sand dunes
you need
Glamis,
different suspension.
I would definitely be excited by that. But I don't know. I will definitely check that out for you though. We plan on looking at all the top builds, especially.
Kevin says just got pushed again now to week 10 or 11:15.
11:15. Kevin, there's still hope for you, buddy.
Yeah.
I'm telling you. So our build, and I put it in the description. So 10/27 was our build date, and we were all excited. We were texting each other, just kind of all pumped. And then an inside source,
build date.
Yeah, an inside source told me that because I had a fairly not early number for the day, but it was middle of the day number, and a inside source says, "Hey, your Bronco just got out of paint at it was like 2 p.m." and I was like, well, "Damn," because you get a blend date. The blend date literally is when they expect the body and frame to get together, and it's done.
Blend.
Yes. And so I was like, what does that mean? He's like, well, what that means is they're probably not going to finish up your Bronco till the morning.
Overnight.
So I think they're running 10-hour shifts right now at the plant. So my Bronco, what I was told, was ran off the line around 11:30 a.m. the next day. So there's hope for you, buddy. And what I'm getting to is we got a ship date of 11/8.
Yeah.
And now I will say
actually, that's an estimated delivery date.
Yes, estimated delivery date.
Not ship date.
But what's funny is, and I could probably bring it up here on the screen, is we actually still yet to get the built thing. Even
though we know it's built.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's just waiting.
I've checked the freight on it. I've checked a bunch of things, and But what's funny was, so we were at our Ford dealership today, and we were talking to what's funny is we're friends with all the people over there. So we were talking to Sam, and who's
finance.
Yes, who's one of the finance managers, and she was asking our salesperson, who is Francisco, which is, if you're in Middle Tennessee, amazing dude, man. I would be this guy's buddy in a heartbeat. But he was telling her, she was asking, hey, do we know when it's coming? He's like, they know more than I know, which is the truth, because
it's the truth.
We dig into this. Salespeople, their minds on 5 or 6 different vehicles, but
well, and they were shocked in the pictures that we got too.
Yeah.
So if you have not watched the video of our pictures, you need to go back and watch the video of the pictures in the plant, because
there were some people on Bronco 6G mad about that.
Because you got it?
Because somebody that works at that plant had promised, I guess, a buddy on there that,
and they
I'm going to get you pictures, and I read something to the extent of that was supposed to be my build pictures, and I was like, hey man, I know people hire.
Sorry, buddy.
Honest, thank you so much for that.
Thank you, Honest.
1027. You guys know I love the weird super chat numbers too.
Well, 1027's our date.
No, I know.
Sorry, sometimes I have blind moments and it just registers, so I have to say random things. But yeah, so our estimated delivery is 11/8. We will be in Vegas through the 3rd. So
the dealership even said, though, they what did they tell us?
So they actually said that they've had customers that have been tracking on the shipment, and it hasn't even shipped yet, but it's on their lot.
Oh, no, they've checked.
Oh, they've checked. I'm sorry. They've checked in their systems of the status, and it says not even shipped yet, but yet it's on their lot.
Yeah, it's on their lot. And their Bronco 6G has a good breakdown of things you can look for. When you know your Bronco's built, the modules or the computer basically turns on. And
we've literally been watching it do that.
And you can see what's turned on about the vehicle, which is a good sign. If you don't think your Bronco's been built, well, you can check that. Depending on whether it's rail or convoy, you can check the status of that, which is really, really cool. And
we're really surprised it's coming convoy. Honestly, we thought it would come rail, but it's coming convoy.
Oh, by the way, We have 60 viewers right now, guys, and only 26 likes. If you would smash that like button, I'd greatly appreciate that. So, Kelly, what other questions we got going on here?
Let's see. Nels Larson says, SEMA, go check out the BDS Fox kits for the Bronco.
It's cool, Nels, because I'm actually good friends with somebody that was in that video. I'm friends with some people over at BDS, and I've known a little bit of what was going on there. So we're definitely, sadly, Derek won't be at SEMA, but he's an engineer for BDS, and we've kept an eye on that, and I'm hoping to get some. You guys like the interview stuff, so I'm going to have more of these people. The more you like and share the content, and I know this sounds like I'm preaching, but it just helps me gather bigger names. So I greatly appreciate that.
Well, yeah. So for those that don't know, like, the more subscribers we have, the more views we have, the interviewers go, okay, this is worth my time to go do this. So just so you guys know, that's another reason why we really kind of push for like and subscribe a lot too.
Sorry. Cheese.
Selfie time, apparently. But just so you know, because like that's like he's talked to several different people about like, hey, I'd really love for you to come on the show, and there have been some people that are like, not yet, because you're just not there yet.
Just not moving the needle enough.
So just so you guys know, that's a big thing too. The more subscribers and things, the more content we can bring you from that perspective too.
Right. Let's see. We got a bunch of things on here.
So is Shelby named after Carol Shelby? Paul Elliott says.
Where are we at? I'm sorry.
Right below Andy's.
Oh, that's a good question. I don't know who Shelby Hall. I'm assuming you're talking about Shelby Hall. That's a good question. I don't know.
Ram 5816 says, is there a possibility of being pushed from the 21 build? So kind of piggyback on the 21 we kind of talked about before.
I would like to say no, but we all what we're in month 15 or 16 something of like this. That. As soon as you say it's an absolute, it's not an absolute. So I never want to give false hope, but I think you're okay. Because they're already scheduling 22s, which are going to be built 1st of December is when 22s kick in.
Yes.
So I think you're okay. And I know they've got some cleanup stuff they're about to do. They're trying to clean up a few first editions, I know. Which we got to see a 4-door first edition today.
We did. It was Cactus
Gray. And we saw.
We're still not switching to Cactus Gray.
Well, it's a little late now. Hey guys, can you spray paint that while it's on the truck heading down to
Keep
Tennessee?
your hands off my Rapid Red.
We did see a cool color Bronco today.
We did.
Not lightning blue. I always get the two blues mixed up.
The blue, the non-first edition blue.
Yeah, which was.
It was really.
I have to say, we'd been battling about what color we would choose. I think that would have been our next color. I think.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, it was
seeing it now.
It's kind of like the blue version of our Rapid Red, the metal flake and stuff. It was really really nice.
I agree with you. Had we decided no, we're still not doing a 21, and we kept our build for 22, I think blue would have been our next color.
Yeah,
but yeah, I completely agree. But
Kevin, I think you're okay. I really do. The only thing I was going to say this earlier, the only bummer about things right now is you got Thanksgiving coming up, which the plan will, I think 2 days is what it's down. And, then the rest of the holidays. But like I said, they're building 22s before that. And I don't think they're mixing 21s in with 22s. So I think once 22 kicks in, it's in.
Yeah. Let's see. So Dan Anderson says, my blend date is today. Do they work on Saturdays?
They do work on Saturdays. Now Saturdays are somebody was telling me this the other day, are overtime stuff that I think because of the whole UAW thing, they, the workers have to be like, yeah, I'll do that or not. But I think they are doing some Saturday stuff. Last I kind of heard from an inside source, but I don't want to tell you otherwise. Go Wild, thank you so much for the $20.
That's awesome. Thank you. Andy, I hope your parents are okay. I know
what happened?
Says put parents in the hospital with the pandemic because of a stupid football game right before visiting them. Sorry to hear that.
Andy, this is actually the anniversary.
Today.
I was doing a Nissan live stream this same time last year. And my father, who'd been not feeling well, and we're in Middle Tennessee, we're right in allergy season, which is like basically the whole year. But The fall is when it gets damp. Allergies really kick in, and my dad thought it was just allergies. And Kelly told him, you need to get checked out.
Yeah, I saw him on that Sunday, and I said, you need to go get checked out. And yeah, by that Friday.
And so there is on my Nissan Nation Productions, on my live streams over there is a video where I literally have to leave. Danny was co-hosting with me, and I left.
Yep.
And I
had to go end it after he left.
And I literally, my dad, they put him right in the hospital, and it was bad. So anybody,
it was a month adventure.
Anybody going through that, I don't care what your political beliefs are on that, but anybody, especially older people that have to go through that, man, my heart bleeds for you. What do we got? Dr. Detroit's in the house.
Hello. Velocity Blue. Thank you. It all ran away. Everybody got talking and we lost everything.
I know.
M. Price says, tell us how people that placed orders 2 months ago have beat us out, day 2 reservation holders for orders.
There's a video in this, and I just can't get my head around how to say it nicely. So we all, Ford came out and changed how they were going to do reservations. So I would say all, but generally the general public thought, okay, your reservation timestamp is what your place on the line, which is only a fraction of your place on the line. Some of it has to do with the buying power of that dealership, or the how many they were going to get, allocations they were going to get. And then some of the small dealerships, to make up the difference versus the big dealerships, were offering a little discount to get Broncos because they needed allocations. And Ford thought that wasn't going to be fair, so they've changed the way it all works. And so it's like allocation, your timestamp, the dealer's not favorability, but size, I guess, something to that extent. And then it goes down to do they have the parts to make your Bronco? And most people think they're pulling these parts off the shelf. No, everything is on time delivery. So I guarantee you, my Bronco, when I got my order accepted, the computer scheduled that particular mirror to be built for it. It schedules everything, those particular parts, to be built for your Bronco.
It's a crazy algorithm of everything. And
so they know kind of what they can build. And I think I don't know, man. Other than it's just frustrating. And I don't know how ours got built, to be honest.
I also think some of them, there's maybe some favoritism at some dealerships and things like that.
Probably.
For prioritizing. Because I know we were not prioritized.
I tried to get in the VIP.
We tried to get in the prioritization, but we were not prioritized in our order. But to his point, how we got ours built, I don't know.
What's up, Dr. Simple Beauty 300?
Hello. But yeah, to answer that,
I think it's that what's the meme that's got the Pretty in Pink, or no, not Pretty in Pink. She played the prostitute that gets Richard
Pretty
Gere.
Woman.
Pretty Woman. There's a meme of what's her name? The actress
Julia Roberts.
Julia Roberts. So of her with all the numbers and stuff. I think that's how it looks every time they schedule a build. I don't think
that's how I feel it looks.
I think it's I think Einstein would have a problem solving the equation to get figured out how you get your Bronco built.
That's why computers do it.
Yep.
Kevin GR says, got my window sticker yesterday, 2-door Badlands non-sass.
Nice, man.
Awesome.
What is your Kevin? Hopefully you got a good blend date. Hopefully, if you haven't, watch my video on that. It talks about how you can figure out what day and time your Bronco is going to be built.
Paul Elliott says, how ironic, SEMA in Vegas and buying a Bronco has become a gamble / crapshoot. True story.
Oh, we got the world famous Bronco Wild Outdoors in the chat. It says, Dave, so you know I'm listening to your show on Apple CarPlay while I'm in my Bronco.
Awesome. Very cool.
That's
coming home.
That's like some weird, I don't even want to say what that is, like
Twilight Zone?
No, it's like, I don't know.
Yeah,
I
just let him
go.
know
where my mind goes.
Yeah,
sometimes.
just don't.
All right,
just let him
But
roll.
that is awesome that we're Bronco Talk is being.
That is awesome.
In a Bronco.
Nels Larson says, any info with the ongoing quality rumors with the Gen 2 MIC2?
I am starting to hear problems.
I am too.
And it's not. I don't think it's as bad as it was, but for one, let's not call these Gen 2s. Let's just call them the actually built right Gen 1 tops, because they didn't change any of the design of these things. Some inside sources kept feeding me emails on, it was talking about how when they seal the tops together, it wasn't rounding the So it's kind of hard to describe. So the tops get sandwiched together in between the cardboard. And it wasn't sealing across, which is why we were getting some separation. And they slowed the line down trying to get that better. And I think they have gotten it better, but my understanding is they're still having some slight separation. I don't know what it's going to take to get this right. I know Ford's in a tight position with that. Of hey, it's not Ford's fault per se. I believe it is a Ford design roof, but I don't think it's necessarily Ford. Yes, the execution is not the problem, or it is the problem.
I was going to say the final product is the problem. It's not the design. It's not a design flaw with it. It's purely the execution. But to his point, yes, I've seen several folks saying that they're having trouble with it. But then I've also heard people say they haven't had any problems at all. So, it has yet to be seen whether it's a long-term issue or whether it's a one-off or it's a couple off in regard to that. So,
we got Johnny's Car Care and Reviews in chat. What is going on, buddy? Says dealer allotments are interesting. Yeah, I agree.
Yes.
What else we got going on here, Kelly?
Let's see. This will be a first and last Ford I buy for sure. Great vehicle, crap company, says Ram 5816.
I will say this will be the last Ford I buy from my local dealership. And I'll just leave it at that.
Too soon. Too soon.
Oh. Well, okay, I might buy another one.
Paul Elliott says he didn't sing technically. That's true. Well, he tried to carry a tune, so...
Wow. Let me get my guitar and we'll...
Your guitar?
Wow. I'll bring the country out.
Wow.
And we'll sing a ditty. And I got my whiskey out.
All right, guys. What state should we move to? Because we have lived here for too long if he's starting to sound like that.
If I drink enough of this, I'll start singing a sad song, and then she'll leave me, and then I'll have to write a sad song about doing a Bronco live stream about my wife leaving me.
And then
where's the dog?
And then you w't be able to buy said Bronco because I left you.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, so you lost the car too.
I love you.
Ram 5816 says I have a Badlands soft top Lux Cess.
Dude, I'm jealous of I'm jealous of the screen. The 12-inch screen is the only thing. I wish there was a way that Ford would allow the 12-inch screen without all the parking sensors and all that, or all the traffic sensors.
Yeah, I kind of liked the traffic sensors.
Well, I like them. I just feel like because we're gonna go off-road this thing and have some fun with it. I just feel like some of that stuff is going to be a hindrance on the trails.
Andy says, you move my needle, Davy Poo.
Oh, man.
Paul says, did you get a wet keys keyboard as a replacement? He actually didn't have to replace his keyboard.
No.
It's actually worked fine so far. It's whiskey proof.
Well,
right now.
Ish.
But he did have to replace his mouse for a minute the other day.
Yeah.
Frank says my build date was 10/28 like yours, but 10/06. The site showed me this morning that my production date was 10/29, but just like yours, no built. Is MAP working 7 to 8 weeks?
I don't think they're working 7 day a week, but I know it's like 5 1/4, 5 1/2, something like that. And by the way, this had come up. I had people ask me previously of, hey man, why are they not building, doing more? And they would like to actually run a third shift there, and they don't have enough parts. So do you lay people off? To make everybody get their Bronco quickly? Do you lay then people off, which would not be great? Or do you just kind of keep the line going at the pace they can handle parts?
Nell says, just learned that the viewers have to close the live chat to review the like button. Good to know. Must be on the phone.
Oh, okay.
Because on the computer, we don't, but I'm betting. Thank you for that tip. So, guys, if you haven't liked the video, just close your chat for a second, like it, and then pull your chat back up.
Well, we've got 71 people watching and only 40 likes. So
well, there you go.
We're going to win you over. Hey, other percentage point. We're going to win you over. What Dr. Detroit says is lightning blue.
I hate that this stuff runs away.
I know. That's why you have your own computer.
Sorry, guys. Yeah, well, but we can't keep up that way.
That's true.
Saw the Xpel has a display. Yep. Sorry, guys. Saw that Xpel has display screen covers / film. They also have vehicle pre-cut kits you can order if you're a DIY person.
You're talking about for the PPF, Jessica, because a lot of that can be pre-cut.
It said display screen, so I'm anticipating they're talking about the screen.
The screen itself.
Yeah.
I would have zero issues with that, and I definitely recommend, because I've heard people fussing about this, that even the 8-inch screen, that they're getting dirty and people are sliding their fingers across it, and you are slightly scratching the screen. So that's a good tip, Jessica, that I hadn't even thought about in a while. That we'll have to try to find something.
Because we did kind of notice that on our Jeep. Now that we talk about it, I remember the fingerprints on it.
Which we did. We took the Jeep to CarMax today.
We did. There's a video coming.
Yes, there's a video coming.
I told him we need to take the Beamer. We need to take a Beamer.
Nobody
and
cares
compare.
about that Beamer, man.
Well,
I like the Beamer is one of the best cars. The 5 Series we have, by hands down, one of the best cars I've ever driven.
It's a true story.
But it's also one of the most nightmare cars I've ever owned. So.
DR says, so sad my 21 build had to be switched from Velocity Blue to Carbon Gray 22 or 23 or 24 whenever it gets here. I will say I was pleasantly surprised with Antimatter Blue today.
Oh, that's right. We did see one.
I was pleasantly surprised by it. I almost would have chosen that color had I seen it. I would have.
I like it, but no. The problem with it is we've had a row of black vehicles.
That's true.
And I mean, like a string of them. Let's see. What did we have? We had the
your Xterra.
My 2000 Xterra was black. We had my Infiniti G35, which was black.
My 09 Xterra.
Your 09 Xterra was black, and I feel like something.
Corbin's car is black.
Yeah, our son's car is black, and it's just like, especially for off-road use, like we were saying with the screen. If you don't protect your panels, man, it's just
black
gonna wear
shows
and tear.
way more than you would think it does,
and you can have them, color corrected and all that, and it just it's not for me.
Let's see.
We got to speed these up because we got a bunch of chats at the bottom.
I'm working there. My dealer is supposed to be a big one here in Alabama. Thanks for answering my question.
Dr. Simple Beauty 300, my Bronco has shipped.
Yay!
Bam!
Congratulations.
That's awesome.
Is it rail or convoy?
I'm curious. Say she's in Texas. I want to say.
So I'm betting it's rail.
I could be wrong though. Let's see. And Price says my dealer is supposed to be one of the big ones in Alabama. Thanks for answering all the questions. Hey, once again, if I'm speculating on stuff, I try to be as honest with you. If I know from inside sources how things work, I'm going to be honest with you. But some of these guys is, like I said earlier, with Bronco, it's till you don't know, or you don't know till you know. I don't know.
Savage Patch Matt says, does anyone know if the base model 2-door with the 2.3 automatic is strong enough? I'm looking to buy one in full since I don't want a car loan and I'm trying to save some money. Not sure the 2.7 is a must. We've actually talked about this quite a bit. We think the 2.3 is pretty strong, actually, comparatively to the 2.7.
Yep.
We went with 2.7 just because we off-road a lot.
Well, that, and let's be honest, we both like as much horsepower as possible. No, I'm hearing great things. I've yet to get to drive a 2.3, and I've had many offers from local Bronco owners, and I need to take them up on it. But I've yet to get to. I would like it in a man. I think if I were gonna do a 2-door, I would like it in the manual with the 2.3. But then again, I don't know. Paul Elliott says, Dave, are you familiar with Rickert Ford in Columbus, Ohio? I am not. Believe it or not, even though I'm a Ohio State fan, the Ohio State, I've only actually
been to
Columbus one time.
Just saying.
And I about cried when we went to the football stadium. And you have to admit,
we were dating at the time.
No, we were married.
Were we married?
Yeah, we picked up Sydney.
No, we went.
Yeah, no, when we went to pick up Sydney, we stopped at the football stadium.
We went to Cleveland when we were dating.
We stopped
outskirts
outskirts
Columbus.
of Columbus.
That's what it was. Yeah. We stopped outskirts.
But,
yeah. Sorry.
Oh man, I the horseshoe. I seriously brought tears to my eyes.
He did. He cried.
I would say I cried. I mean, yes, I cried maybe when the Bronco, we got the window sticker.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. I actually, for those of you that have children, it is close to when you're having a child. Like, it was exciting to see the little baby going down the.
Don't tell our daughter that.
She will understand one day. She will get it. So our daughter, we've actually started to convert her a little bit more to vehicles than what she has in the past.
My son could care less.
Yep.
He has a car and it gets him from point A to point B.
He doesn't even know that he's supposed to get an oil change every, 3 3,000 to 4,000 miles.
Coderman's Bronco is ticking, which is not a good sign.
That's bad.
That's and me and him had talked about that privately. But so what I'm hearing with the 2.7s, there's a batch out there, and of course Coderman's I believe is a 2-door, so it was probably at Dirt Mountain for a while. There's a batch out there that are dropping valves, and my understanding is there is, I don't know if it's one of the injectors is sticking open, and I'm under way.
And that's on the 2.7, right?
Mm-hmm, only the 2.7, and it's causing a little bit of detonation issues. And now Ford is replacing the engines. It's under warranty. It's still not how you want to have your. Some people have got it done in a week, and some people are waiting 3 and 4 weeks.
Ouch.
Yeah, they better have me a loaner.
Yes. And it better be a loaner Bronco.
Yeah.
DR says, what kind of whiskey? He is drinking Frank Sinatra tonight.
It's because we were pretty beat up at our dealership.
We were. We keep telling them, but we just didn't.
The Frank, you guys bought me the Frank, which is stupidly expensive for whiskey, though it is freaking amazing.
Blueford says, did Ford fire Wabasto?
No, they have not fired Wabasto. They have hired somebody else to come in, though. So Wabastos is going to have 2 manufacturing plants, and then they've hired a unsaid third company to come in and only build the painted rooftops.
Goodness gracious, guys, sorry, I'm trying to catch up.
We'll go back up a second.
Right.
There was Coderman, Dr. Schwit, one fuel injector might be stuck. Yeah, that's what I'm hearing, man. It's detonating. But there's a small. What I understand too is Ford knows of that problem, and it's a small batch of some parts that were causing that issue.
Martin S. says, what's up, fellas and fellerettes? My Bronco is on a train to me. I ain't gonna lie, I drove around the dealership just to check a 1025 build group. I don't blame you. That's awesome.
That is awesome.
Don't think that I won't be stocking the dealership. So
Well.
so they have orders. Now we'll see. We'll see if it comes to fruition. But they have orders that if it comes off the truck before we're able to get there, that they are to video it coming off the truck. So we're hoping they live up to those expectations, and they offered it. So we're hoping.
Our dealership knows about the channel, and our salesperson's been in the chat before.
Yeah.
And Francisco is a freaking awesome dude.
He's amazing.
He's an honest guy too. Like he came up to us today. We were kind of negotiating back and forth on some things, and he just told us straight out. He's like, look, man, I'm not going to lie to you about this stuff. He goes, if they fire me over it, they fire me over it. But he's like, I like to be as honest as I can with my customers. And we've had some in the past that are a little slimy.
Yes. Not at that dealership.
No, not at that dealership.
Just in general.
But he's probably by far been the nicest salesperson I've ever dealt with.
I would agree.
So if you're at Murfreesboro Ford, ask for Francisco. Tell him we sent you over there.
Savage Pat Mass says, has anyone driven the 2.3? It sounds like it's a little bit of lack of power, the 4-door SAS package. Does anyone know how this is in the automatic 2-door?
Honest to God, and somebody was asking that earlier. I think that
it was actually him.
Okay, the 2.3, I think for a 2-door is perfect. I once again, I want as much horsepower as possible just because I'm an idiot. But I think honestly, the 2.3 makes what? Is it 300? I can't remember the horsepower off the top of my head, but nearly 300 horsepower, man. Like I think about our last Nissan, the Nissan Xterra we had made 261 horsepower, and coming from my first generation Xterra made 160 horsepower. We got to her Gen 2. I was like, what am I going to do with all this power? And now we're getting one that makes what, 330, something like that?
Something like that.
Like for me, the 2.7. So the idea of the 2.3 making, what it does, I think you're fine. Yeah. I think you're fine in the 4-door, honestly, man. I think expectations for these Broncos need to be that this is a heavy SUV. And I think a lot of the Bronco sales have come from people that may not know that. And I think they're used to either BMWs or some higher horsepower car that's made to get up and go.
You're comparing apples and oranges, guys.
Yes, these are not speed demons, and I see it a lot. And I know some of the channels have done 0 to 60 times. I could care less about 0 to 60 time in this vehicle. You give me the new C8 Z06 package, and then I care about 0 to 60 times. In the Bronco, it's going to be faster than anything we've owned probably anyways.
Yeah,
so
for sure.
Who cares?
Go Wild says, do you know why they didn't offer the manual with the Sasquatch from the start?
Well, manual in general, you're lucky to get an offering of that.
Yeah.
You only have to look at Jeep. If you break down Jeep sales, and nothing official's ever come out that I know from Jeep, because they don't like to officially say what things are doing. But they will say that manual doesn't sell well in general. So the idea of then you've got to make a transmission work for the 2.3, which they already had for the Mustang, but they just didn't think people were going to want, or the demand was going to be there. So yes, it took some time to get it for the Sasquatch package, but you're getting it. For how long? Who knows? Because I expect by this time next year they see the sales figures and they're going to be like, you know what? We didn't sell enough to make it.
It's like we see in many different, but I would like for them to keep it as a custom option. Like, I don't know if they're going to or not, but I'd like to see them keep it as a custom.
And I don't know if it's a glitch or what in the system is. The problem is once you add the manual transmission Sasquatch package, I believe they're charging the same price that they are for the automatic. It's like it's not a deal. I mean, not that you're looking for a deal anyways, but it's kind of a worse deal.
I gotcha. Dr. Simple Beauty 300 says she's in California. So
I apologize.
Rail.
Man.
See, he tries. He tries at least.
Yeah.
M. Price says, I'm a two-door base with MIC, gray top, cactus body, nothing else. Yet I have to wait. Does the plant hate the base?
I've seen a lot of people, of base guys talking about that, hey, where's the love for the base? Because it's weird that you can get the Big Bend dealers.
Yeah.
Somehow,
you see them everywhere.
Somehow they're all customers backing out, but it just seems to be Big Bend, which is stop lying to customers, man. Just say Ford allowed us to order the Big Bend.
Which we knew because we released that in a video, a couple months ago, too, that the dealers were going to be getting vehicles before everybody else could. But
it's weird that, base guys, you guys know, not my despise for you because I love all of you guys, but you know where I think base should be. And I don't think base should be allowed to get Sasquatch and all the color. Like right now, Kelly, a base can get almost, I think, every color that any other person can get. For a while, they couldn't get cyber orange and maybe another color. Now they're allowing the base to get everything. So you can get a base with a Sasquatch package. You're going to get cloth seats, which is no big deal, really. You're getting the 8-inch screen. You're getting all the Sync 4. And I think it's only a mode or something you're really not getting versus Big Ben and some of this. I get flack from this, and I look at this as covering the industry versus you guys looking at it as enthusiasts. Hey, this is what I want and want to pay for. So I get a lot of hate for my thoughts on this, but I just look at it in a different way. Of a base should, in my opinion, should not have gotten the Sasquatch package, and it should have been limited to maybe 4 colors, and that's it. Force people, and I know this sounds horrible, force people into higher trims if they want options.
And that's a marketing.
Yes.
That's a marketing strategy.
It's what Jeep does.
Yeah.
Why you think they're going to offer the Rubicon package in a Sport?
Right.
No. They want you to buy the Rubicon package. Now,
there's an incentive.
Why did Ford do this? They had to come out of the box kind of giving the finger to Jeep saying, hey, we're going to let all this stuff happen at once. But guess what now? In year 22, suddenly if you're a Black Diamond or a Badlands, that standard hardcore bumper that you wanted suddenly isn't there. And guess what? They're going to start scaling that stuff back a little bit. So they knew we needed to hit a home run with the 21. And we'll pull back a little bit for the next years.
But I think part of that, too, if you think about it, now, granted, did we think that the pandemic was going to do what it did to the Bronco
No, not
build?
at all.
No, we didn't. But I think part of that, if you think about it, is kind of strategic from an equipment perspective. Like, so we don't have to personalize so much. We don't have to do all these different things. So I think if you look at it from that perspective, too, is that it's easier to carry all of the different pieces of it.
Yeah, no doubt.
Cole says, hi, I'm a 2027 Bronco reservation holder.
Welcome 2020 class
Welcome.
of 27.
And then Kevin Stevens 5150 says, hi folks, I'm new to the party. I just ordered a couple weeks ago. I guess I would be lucky to make 2022. Depends.
I think you 22 you're okay. I really do. And I think you're a late 22, but I know some people have been going, well, I'm going to probably be a 23. Unless you're just holding out for certain things like that painted roof or whatever, I think you're fine. I want to ask you this. So me and a friend of the show were talking about, they had gotten a first edition, and we were just talking about, how they pulled back. Initially, first edition was going to get the black painted roof, black painted fenders, and all this stuff. And then, Ford started pulling all this stuff back.
Right.
And their price didn't really get affected much. And I think that's sort of been forgotten about,
Yeah.
That suddenly I'm not getting all the cool options. I'm getting a base colored top. I'm not getting all the plush features that I should have got. Where would you be on that, Kelly? If they charge you the same $63,000 or whatever it was, and I know they pulled for the top, they pulled $1,000 back or something, but that seemed it dawned on me this week that kind of got forgotten about.
I think it is interesting, and I think it's it's the way that Ford took advantage of the drive and the want of this vehicle. So I think that's an easy way because it doesn't, to your point, it doesn't get talked about. It doesn't get thought about, or maybe it gets thought about, but maybe it doesn't get thought about in the masses. But yeah, that's a little way to get a little bit more money for a vehicle that it's amazing. It's amazing. That first edition is amazing, but
all of these are,
to have all the adjustments done to it.
A base drive's amazing. I mean,
for sure.
It's independent front suspension, man. It's going to be amazing on the road. We've done time, and both of us have done time with the first edition and really liked it. But I kind of forgot. It's funny how quickly you forget about things like the painted body matching roof color top that I'd put on one of my thumbnails a month or so back. That I forgot how good that looked.
Yeah.
And I think Ford's been lucky that people have hung in maybe as long as they've had. They can quietly just start pulling back things, and people
for sure, because there's
notice.
Enough interest that those few folks that might get mad and walk away, it's not impacting them right now because you're not seeing the numbers impacted because they're not fulfilling the 21s like they could have fulfilled.
The numbers are being adjusted, but when we were at the dealership today, we saw those adjusted
numbers.
Yeah.
But to the point is that let me rephrase what I just said though, because it's not that Ford could have built more. I mean, the demand was there for Ford to build more. So really, if nobody's saying anything, why do anything about it? But how do I find my window sticker?
How do you find your window sticker? Well, Kelly, talk to him for a minute. I'm going to pull up.
He's going to actually show it. So he will show you where to do it. So you actually find it in your reservation, but he will pull it up to show you on ours. I don't
know if we're having issues or not. About to pop up here. There we go. All right, it's moving again. Let me pull our.
I'm looking through the questions to see if there's something. Thanks, Kevin Stevens.
What's up?
Thanks, guys. Cool channel. Thumbs up.
Oh, thank you. And if you subscribe, I'd greatly appreciate
it. John says he agrees. Base is base. Make it that way.
If you're getting hey man, my comments are, I don't care if you're getting a base, enjoy it, and the Sasquatch package, enjoy it, and that's what you wanted. I'm glad that's what you're getting. So my comments don't need to reflect.
Yeah, they are not judging anybody by anything that they purchase.
Yes. So bear with me, Kelly. Go through a couple questions.
I am. Kevin Stevens says, I work a few miles from Willow Run. I'll have to check out Dirt Mountain, ? I saw the other yard on Bellevue Road. Yeah, we saw the parking lot at MAP. We did not see Dirt Mountain either.
Yeah, it was
when we were there.
We didn't want to be too invasive. Well, maybe.
DR, thank you for that $5 super chat. We appreciate you.
There was a couple. I appreciate all of those guys. I really do.
And M. Price, thanks for letting some of us whine. Any cheese? I'll take some Kobe Jack and Ritz crackers. There's no shame in that game for me.
No. And guys, too, please never feel like you have to donate to us. I greatly appreciate that stuff, and once again it does help the channel do more. But do not. You guys smashing that like button is payment enough.
So, did you talk about the results of the? You didn't talk about the results of the poll.
I didn't.
So we'll talk about the results of the poll while he's pulling that up. So, SEMA coverage, mall crawler or rock crawler coverage. So 69% said rock crawler. So not looking for the malls. So 31% said mall crawlers.
This thing is being.
I'm going to end it. I thought you ended it already.
Silly.
Oh, the tracker. A lot of people have had problems with the tracker. If you do have problems with the tracker, try it on a computer versus your phone, because we found that we were able to do it on the computer but weren't able to do it on the phone for a couple days.
My screen is not wanting to cooperate with me for some reason. All right, so this isn't going to be as polished as it could be, but let me. All right, so this is the timeline for the your kind of pizza info that they like to call it. So as of right now, like I said earlier, my build time delivery is still to be determined up here. But what you do when you know your order is ready, you're going to get your order of confirmation, which it says 8/23, but that's when we put our order back in. We ordered January 20th. But we went into production. It gives you 10/28, which was the week of 10/27 is the email we got. And it should say when it's built, the 10/28.
We know it's built.
Right, and shipped, it'll give you that. But this is the worst. There's a lot that goes into this, so I hate to kind of crap on Ford and be like, hey, do better. Because it's nice that we get this. A lot of companies would not do this. But if you go down where vehicle details are right here, and you'll see the VIN, and there is my estimated delivery time, which is weird. It's there, but not up here.
Right.
But when you get it, and you'll get an email that says, hey, your window sticker popped, and you pop it right there, and bam, there's your window sticker, and your blend date is up here. So this is once you get your window sticker, let me see if I can kind of, and I put my system is not working great here, so I apologize for the rough video. Where are we at? All right, blend date. So my blend date was 10/27. So if you look at these last numbers, that's the actual blend date. You can see it's going to Tennessee. Bear with me. Like I said, I'm doing the best here. All right, so this was my position on the line. Now, there's been some discrepancy whether this is the day or the total for the week. According to Bronco 6G, this is per day, but I've seen some weird numbers of 3,000. It doesn't make sense.
So what's funny about that is that 11/8 is our potential delivery date too.
Yeah, maybe that can't be, because some people after us are getting 3,000 something.
Okay.
But so if we go down here, there's convoy. So that means either it's rail or convoy. So if you want to know how your Bronco is being shipped, down here is the invoice date, which is when your dealership is going to get invoiced for that vehicle.
Which was the date that was on our build date.
Mm-hmm. So there's a couple little things. So that's how you'll see your window sticker. And go back over here.
But yeah, so that's where you find it. You actually find it in your login on your registration.
Mm-hmm. And I did that all through the email. I because I got my email a long time ago, I just have to go into my mail and kind of search for any Ford stuff. And I just used Badlands because that's what we'd switched to. And bam, we got it.
Bam.
Bam. Bam, bam.
Bam, bam. He likes to do that a lot, which is why I like to give him a hard time about it, because he likes to say
we're
bam.
A great pair.
We are a great pair.
And Price, thank you for that. And Kelly had mentioned it earlier, but I want to say thank you for that $4.99.
DR says, I'd love to see an aftermarket hardtop in white like the classics, or the soft and then buy an aftermarket hardtop. Well, I'm scared of what these numbers are going to look like in the aftermarket. I'm just going to be honest, like hardtops.
Price-wise?
Yeah.
Well, I know somebody, Ford dealership had quoted somebody, I think it was damn near $5,000
that doesn't surprise me.
To buy a hardtop that Ford only charges, what, $699 for or something on there? Which,
if you get it built with
let's be honest, and I've said this, I think, a last live stream. If you order a hardtop after the fact, guess what? There's shipping included in that. Guess what? There's also packaging. They're going to be crated. It's a big item that has to be trucked. And there's a lot that goes into that. Just like,
There's a lot of liability of shipping it like that too.
And there's a lot of liability right now for Ford to ship out the hard tops to customers that already have, the Gen 1 hard top. So it's not cheap. So you just got to kind of bear with them and understand. Now, as far as I've been told that there is a company that's doing the fiberglass fenders is going to do sorry.
I'll check. You got it?
I'm sorry. We hear somebody at the door.
Yeah.
Oh, it's Amazon. Thank you, Amazon.
Sweet. Thanks. That's our batteries. For our new remote or our remotes.
Welcome to live streaming.
Yeah.
But as far as there is a company that's doing the fenders, I can't think of their name off the top of my head. There are talks of them doing a hard top. And I can only imagine what it's going to cost, though.
John Brown and I think somebody else had asked, what is the difference in window sticker covers? Didn't we talk about
Colors.
this a little bit? Isn't it Canada versus...
So in 2018, I researched this slightly. In 2018, Ford decided that a green sticker was for special orders and blue was for non-special orders, just regular dealership product. Now, why did they change the colors of that is because a lot of the stuff was going on rail. And they need to let their people who are pulling these in the shipping yards to quickly know what needs to go where, color coding. And so there is that. Now, it seems like there's a weird spot in the 1027 group and on that are getting blue weird sticker colors. I don't think it means, honestly, anything much. But I know a lot of the forum people in the forums have been upset about what does what mean what why
because everything seems to mean something.
I want to say Cigar Texan even commented in one of my videos of, hey man, you got a blue window sticker, are you sure your dealership just didn't give you one of their orders? And no, because if they would have gave me one of their orders, I wouldn't have gotten the emails because it would have been their email. So, and I'm not getting a forwarded version of my email. So I think it's just some weird glitch in Ford's deal. I don't think it means anything. I think we're all so invested in knowing all the details more than our dealers know. We talking to our dealership today. Clearly, we know way more info than they know about it. So I think sometimes we get so caught up in that we know all the details that maybe we're too close to it. And guys, we got 59 likes right now and about 90 people watching. So if you're enjoying the content, smash the like button for me, please.
And if you're on your phone, you may have to minimize your chat to like and then maximize it. Savage Patch Matt says, if you don't mind me asking, do you think the mid package is a must-have for daily driving? I won't be doing much off-roading in the area, so I'm just looking for a fun daily. The mid package is a must for me. Personally, heated seats definitely are nice. I've grown accustomed to the creature comforts personally.
The older you get, it's funny, is the older you get, the more like those little things mean more.
So for me, yes. So read up on the mid package if you feel like it's necessary.
Did I just call you old by accident? I didn't mean to. I'm sorry.
Yeah, whatever. I'm used to it. You all heard it. It's live here, recorded.
Too much Jack.
Blue versus green. I already talked about that.
Oh, let me interrupt you, Kelly. I know you're going through the chats. So, guys, we have number 5,000 sub coming up, and I promise that we're going to do giveaways. We bought a bunch of these. I want to say we have like 6 to give away now. Maybe, I don't know. I
don't know. We keep buying them.
I keep buying them when I find them. And so there's the hardtop Wild Track, and here we got a Badlands with missing the doors and roof. That we're going to give away these once we hit 5,000 subs. So if you're not subbed yet, do that. Plus, I'm going to go ahead and ruin the surprise. That when I hit 5,000 subs and the Bronco gets in the driveway, well, it's going to be in the backyard, Kelly, because I'm going to spend the night in the Bronco.
Oh.
I'm going to live stream spending the night in the Bronco.
Wow.
And for 5,000 subs, because I think it's just going to be fun. But how comfortable is this to camp in? Now the only and I'm gonna set the stipulations. The only time I can get out of it is to go to use the restroom because yeah, it's a new car. I'm not.
No, you're not.
I'm not doing that.
You're not doing that
on live TV. But I am going to live stream from the Bronco for the whole night.
This is the first I've heard.
I probably could fall asleep, and you're going to see Dave snoring in the seats.
Oh,
of a
there's
vehicle.
No scene. You will hear.
And
Dave snoring.
depending on the temperature, whether the roof's on or off. But yeah, from dusk till dawn, I'm going to try to live stream from the Bronco.
Little did I know.
So if you haven't yet, smash the like or the sub button and ring the bell. When you ring the bell, I don't know why YouTube does this. When you sub, you would think, oh, they're going to give you notice when that guy's on. No. You have to ring the stupid ass bell to then get the email.
So like for 2 weeks, I kept taking a screenshot of when videos would post because they'd be like 24 hours later almost sometimes. And I kept sending them to him. I was like, well, here's what. And I didn't realize I hadn't rung the bell. It's got to show the little hashes outside of it.
So there you go. So we're going to give away a few Broncos for $5,000. And we'll have a
1/18 Broncos.
Yeah. 1/18th, and so there'll be a Google Docs that you guys will put links out that you can sign up. Hey man, just if you would be subscribed, I would greatly appreciate that. But I think we're going to try to have a lot of fun with it, and be honest, it's getting a little chilly here, so I was hoping to have this Bronco a little sooner to do this.
He wants you to finish it quickly.
All right.
Christopher says, I have a Bronco first edition being built. How do I check the shipping method? So there's actually a whole bunch of stuff on
I can't think of the company name.
Broncos.
No, it is on Bronco 6G, but I want to give him the name.
Okay. He'll look that up. So while you're doing that, we're going to go ahead and work our way through the question.
All right. Let me put this in the chat because I'm going to
I know what you're doing. We need a second mouse.
We do. A mice?
A mouse.
Let's see. So it is PALS.
Johnny's Car Care says, I have heated seats and I'm not finding the vinyl cold yet. I will tell you, in Tennessee, I'm going to find the vinyl cold. And I'm a Michigan girl through and through.
All right. So there is the website. I put it in the chat. It is Pulse app. Did I get that right? Let's see.
Did you?
PALSAPP.com.
Yep.
You can put your VIN in there once you've got a build.
Now that's for rail.
Yeah, and no, that's for,
or I'm sorry,
that's
for
for
this
convoy.
is convoy.
So if you've got a convoy, you can track it that way.
Rail's a little more challenging.
Yeah, rail's a little more challenging, and because I don't have a rail being shipped, I'm not being a jerk. I haven't looked into that.
So check your sticker and see if it says convoy or rail.
Yes.
Because if it says convoy, then you can check it through Pulse app.
There's a place up here you put your VIN in, and bam, you don't have to sign into anything. You just put your VIN in there,
You did it again.
And there you go. Bam, bam. Let's see. I'm curious what ours is doing now.
Now you got to check.
I know.
And if we missed your question, please put it back in there. I'm trying to work through the questions, but of course I know I miss them sometimes.
This is the best part of having Kelly up here is
wow, this is the best part?
No, that you're more organized than I am.
Yes.
Let's see.
We already talked about the window sticker colors. Another base.
All right, so I'm going to check ours.
Still waiting for my production email. I ordered the first day. Sorry, John. That's frustrating.
Who said that?
John DeGidio.
Let's see.
Yes, Filipino Vegas Life. Yes, they are from Costco. We actually got some of them from Sam's, actually. So Sam's and Costco are the vehicles, but they don't have many. We've bought several of them.
All right, so let me. I don't know if you guys can see this or not, but this is what it looks like when you. Stupid light's gonna screw it up.
But you get the idea.
Anyways, I put my VIN in there, and you can't see it because it's in that white background. It shows the origin of Wayne, Michigan, destination name, the freight billing number, and my VIN and status. So status is showing as pending right now. So I have a feeling, though, come Monday or so.
Yeah, I feel like it's already getting ready for a truck.
And what sucks is we'll be shipping out to Vegas on Monday.
Yep. And Peugeot, welcome. Did
and
I
Peugeot.
miss anything?
What's up, buddy?
You missed a lot, man. You're gonna have to go back and watch it. You missed a lot.
Johnny said, what did he say there?
Yeah, somebody said rail is different.
Yeah, there's a different tracking. I wish Luke was on with Lifestyle Off-Road because that dude knew how to hack the system on that. Johnny Clark here says so many orders were not buildable, so it made the buildable Big Bend, which is weird though, Johnny, because they say that, but let me get it still has the same rear end, the same front end, unless it's a SAS. I know Ford says that, but I don't believe that. I think they want there's a percentage of each model they want out there. Wait. Did they?
Oh, talking about value. In terms of drive quality for two-door compared to the four-door, would you say that's somewhat comparable, or is the four-door longer wheelbase a big difference? I assume four-door will hold value better. We haven't driven the two-door.
No, sadly. I will say this though, Savage, that I initially ordered the two-door, Badlands two-door non-Sasquatch, because I thought, well, for one, it became and we know all about pricing today, what it's going to cost to walk out with one. But at some point, I was like, I don't want to be too greedy with. I knew Kelly would like a lot of the features, but also at the same point, I didn't want to be too, this is going to cost the family some money. And now, we were funded on YouTube. Guess what? We ain't funded enough on YouTube to make this payment. And so I thought, you know what? I'll scale mine back. I'll do the two-door Badlands. I'm still getting the sway disconnect, which I want. But then just talking to you and talking with Lifestyle Off-Road and stuff, he was like, hey, man, the practical side is more four-door.
Yep.
And while I think the two-door nails the classic Bronco, I think it nails it. I think, honestly, we live in a four-door world, and sadly that, it's yes, they're going to be better resale value. The two doors are going to be harder sales. A two-door manual transmission is going to even be a harder sale because Lord knows millennials don't seem to know how to shift things. So, and hey, we got a downlight, man. That's a bummer.
Aw, that's unfortunate.
We'll change
Maybe
that.
it was a slip.
We'll turn that frown upside down.
Maybe it was a slip. If it was a slip, check. Martin says, did you guys go to the dealership to set up your financing before your truck arrives? As I'd like to do the same. Kind of.
Oh, Martin. Yeah, I wish I could talk about this right now. Yes. So
we know our final number right now.
We went to the deal. So we know November 8th is when they're saying supposedly our Bronco will be shipped, even though our own dealership says, hey, man, they're arriving before we even expect them. I mean, they can know the 8th date, but they're arriving several days before that. So Kelly was smart enough to say, hey, let's go ahead and get the paperwork. We have a better idea, because you know what's the worst thing is when you're going to buying an automobile is
You totally just sounded like 16 candles.
Long duck dong here. But the worst thing about it is vehicles are an emotional purchase. And most of the time you don't order a vehicle. So you go there, you drive by it, you're like, holy shit, I need that. That Mustang or whatever.
Ooh, sorry, guys.
That is the coolest looking thing ever. And it's an emotional purchase, which is why a lot of times, she negotiates my deals and I negotiate hers, because it isn't like with your BMW, I didn't want the thing for one thing. You wanted a posh, bougie car, and now you're paying the price for it.
Thanks.
Told you.
Thanks for the reminder. Jerk.
But it works out better because, my wants get in the way. I would be like, where do I sign? Because when
if we won the lottery today,
I think we would still be a little tight with.
If we won the lottery today,
there'd be a GT in a sports
well,
car.
let me rephrase. If we won a big lottery today,
this would still be in the driveway. I'm telling you.
Right. So that's the point. But if we would spend a lot of money on a garage for the vehicles
a garage in
that we would
house.
need.
Right. We're both car nuts, by the way, which is the word. Like, it's great and it's bad for us. Sorry, Shane.
Thank you, Shane. For
what
the
is
$4.99.
What is up? 2006. But no. Vehicles are, though, they're emotional purchases. A lot of times you don't have time to think about it. Dealers love that fact, and there's psychology based on don't leave you out. They have rooms for a reason. They put you in a finance room for a reason. You feel like a little trapped mouse, and you're willing to get out. Sometimes to get out of that room.
It's like the police station.
Yes, kind of. It's good cop, bad cop.
Yeah, it's like the police station. They take you in.
The salesperson is the good cop. Finance is the bad cop, and they're going to both be in there at the same time,
and that's okay. We know what we're dealing with.
Yeah, and it's just the game of it. But I think for us, knowing that we ordered this and had all this time to get hyper about it, get burnt out by it, get hyper again about it, and my buddy Dr. Detroit over there kept texting me going, get excited by this. And he got me so hyper about this thing. But I think that having it early is kind of, we know at the end of the day, come on, man, dealerships are going to get you. And I don't mean that nastily. They have mouths to feed and they have a profit margin they need to meet. And yes, they get a little kickback on these vehicles, but it's not what you would think. They make money in used vehicles. So we experienced some of the kickback we would have gotten if we trade something in versus that you'll see in a video. But so I think it's better if you go in early and get this stuff out of the way. Now, granted, don't go in if you do not have a window sticker.
Right.
Don't waste their time, man, because the world changes on a dime. So
honest, okay, Jay Leno. Yes, we would be like Jay Leno. Honestly, we would have so many vehicles. It's crazy.
I've said many times that we win a Powerball or whatever of a couple $100 million. I'm flying to Atlanta, and there's going to be a Lamborghini in my driveway that day. I will have a couple dream cars real quick. Now, stupidly, because I couldn't get it in my driveway because of the pitch of my driveway.
It would have to buy a house first.
No, you can go buy the house while I'm buying the Lamborghini.
Wow. Okay, leave it up
and there
to me.
would be a Ford GT. I want both gens, the Gen 1 and Gen 2 GTs in my driveway.
Wow, that's why we won't win the lottery.
Why? Because I want these
because
things?
we want all these things, and the universe is like, you don't need all those things.
I know. Shane ordered a manual here, but hey, Manual Nation, I'm happy they're doing something for Manual Nation, honestly.
I'm personally too old for a manual.
Wait, too old?
Yes.
She burns up clutches is what that means.
That's it.
She will wear the clutch out.
I will. It's true.
I had to get rid of a vehicle because she wore the
You
clutch
didn't
out.
have to get rid of it yet, but you did. Honest says it's called a credit union. So yeah, you'll hear about that in our video too.
Yes, we have. There's gonna be.
There's some interesting stuff in that. Talking about that.
Anyways,
Big Apple says mine is scheduled to be built the week of January 3rd, 2022. How long will it actually take for me to get it from that point?
where was this at?
Right here.
Mine's scheduled to be built the week of January 3rd.
It really just depends how far you are away.
And
how it gets there.
So Michigan Assembly Plant is in Wayne, Michigan. There's literally a dealership across the street, and guess what they pay? $1,500 to
Delivery
literally
fee.
drive the damn thing across the street. And I guarantee you that gets on a truck that there is, nothing against the union, but it's a union job probably that has to put it on that truck to literally take it out. As the truck driver, I would rather just drive the damn thing over there. But I guarantee you there's some weird stipulations that has to hit that truck so they literally can drop it off across the street. I had heard this until we went up there to MAP.
And we literally saw it
didn't
across the
believe
street.
It's literally the main entrance of Ford MAP. The main entrance of the dealership is right across the street.
Paul Elliott says, can Ford track how many Bronco walkaways bought the Maverick or F-150 Lightning, etc.?
I doubt it.
I bet they could.
I mean, they have.
If they wanted to look up the statistics, I work for a big company. We could, not Ford or anything like that, but I work for a big company, and the amount of tracking that everybody does these days from a statistics perspective, marketing, everything else, they could track it because they could know how many reservations were put in. Like, they know that you put a reservation in for a Bronco. Did David Boyd buy a Bronco? Yes or no? No, he didn't buy a Bronco, so did he buy a Lightning?
Internally,
technically,
they probably have some. They definitely want to know internally just reservation drop-offs because they expect this. It's not like they were like,
marketing wants to know.
190,000 people are buying these that are never going to drop off the face of the earth. I would be curious what the actual conversion rate is of those reservations, and I know some of that has to do. Dealers were supposed to keep up. There's a percentage of conversions they have to have. And so I would be curious, are dealers converting enough?
Yeah.
Versus just selling them out from under. Because I read something today that a guy found out that his dealership, he'd reserved, I want to say 2 Broncos, one for his kid and one for him. $200, not the end of the world to drop $200 on anything anymore. But he did that. and he was checking on it, and I think he got his and kept wondering, where's the other reservation? And most people don't know to think of the pizza tracker and all this stuff. We're enthusiasts. So we chew up all this information. Well, the average person doesn't chew this up. So he went to the dealership and he found out the dealer took his reservation, converted it to what they wanted and sold it, or it was on a truck to come be sold. And they just figured that he didn't want it. And you're like,
it was like a duplicate reservation or something?
No, I don't think it was completely duplicate.
No, but I'm saying that they thought it was a duplicate problem?
No, they just took his reservation.
Wow.
And the guy's in negotiations now with Ford that what they reserved is not what he wanted. But I think Ford's going to make that dealership offer him that vehicle before they can sell it. Now, granted, it's not what he wanted. But
right,
you know
so
what I
that's
would
not
do
fair.
in this? I don't like flipping vehicles like some people are doing. I don't blame them for doing it, but it's not for me. I would buy that Bronco. I'd say, no, that's mine. I would take and flip it for a couple, $10,000, $15,000 and give them the FU. And then I'd go to a different dealership
or
and
I'd
get my
buy
Bronco.
it and I'd roll it off the lot and I'd come back in and go, what would you like to buy it for now?
Yeah. Well, either way.
Because they're going to mark it up $30,000. So say, okay, give me $15,000 more than what I just bought it for you from.
Yeah. And from what we've seen today, man, markups are getting worse price-wise, not better. It's getting worse.
No, not at all. Cole says, did anyone see the link of this live chat on Bronco Nation website or app? I posted it. Curious to as the reach. Thank you, Cole, for sharing that. We appreciate that.
Yes, I tried to. Bronco Nation is super nice to me.
He's saying he shared it.
Oh, I want to say thank you to Bronco Nation because they've always been pretty nice to me. I've thrown some digs at those guys and gals, but they've been very, very nice to me. And I hope to have Laura from Bronco Nation on the show. We're going to talk about it in Vegas. I'm supposed to meet up with them about having her on the show because I want, this is obviously the live show is Broncos, but I kind of like to know what brings people to Bronco. So I think it would be interesting. One of the Bronco Nation runners, I don't know how you would say it, to have her on the show. But the Bronco 6G, who I find it strange, they delete anytime I put something up there, they delete it. And I know what it's about is they want me to pay to be a sponsor on there, but they're ridiculous at what they ask. And I'm only promoting them. I use their links. I've given them lots of I won't say like I don't pay their bills by any means by the links I give them, but if I get something from them, I'm very happy to post where I got it from. And it's weird that they delete anything. So anytime anybody shares anything to them, I greatly appreciate it. But how long it lasts on B6G, I don't know.
Greg / 2006 Lexus IS 250 says, how long till they even schedule you a production date? Reserved in early August-ish, ordered October 15th, wild track high pack, cactus gray toe. Really just depends.
Are you saying you ordered a 22? Because they're doing 22s are getting build dates now. So
Dr. Detroit says he shreds clutches too. Thanks, man.
the Clutch Nation over here.
Clutch Nation over here. Let's see. Anna says, spend it, kids. You can't take it with you. That's true. We tell our parents that all the time. Like, don't try to save us any money.
Oh, Coderman's going to dinner. Thank you for joining in. And
So is Dr.
I
Detroit.
can't wait to get my selfie with Coderman.
Let's see. Current conversion rate of Bronco orders is over 70%, says John.
Nice. Honestly, that's not a bad number. Cool. Bronco G is where was it?
Oh, I don't know.
So where was it? It was something about Bronco 6G. Something about better platform. Oh, down. Cole says, I think Bronco Nation forum is kind of sad. They should blend it with Bronco 6G. So, Cole, I've owned forums. I've owned two forums.
Yep.
And I've been offered big money for one of those forums. I ended up giving it away because I'd always told
it was a community for us.
The community that I would give it away. I wouldn't sell it. Bronco 6G is owned by a big conglomerate that basically
owned by the big one.
Yeah, they're basically gobbled up by usually little forums get gobbled up by this company so they can run ads on it.
And they offered to buy ours at one
Yes,
point.
the same company offered me a lot of money for mine and I gave it away. And nothing. Hey, we're all in the money. We're all in the business to make money, no matter what we do. So I get it. But Bronco, they're trying, man. It's with Bronco Nation. It's a tough one because they are not Ford, but they are Ford. They are owned by Ford, one of Ford's PR firms, and so it's a weird line for those guys to be kind of detached from Ford, but at the same time they get all the inside information, and it's kind of hard for those guys to be somewhat real, because David or any of those guys over there I've met David, super nice guy. It's hard for them to be honest sometimes and be like, hey, this is how we get this, or because they don't want to be douchey. That's my thought is they don't want to be like, hey, yes, we get access to the plan or whatever we want. Versus the other one that has to kind of buy their pictures and stuff. So if you see those pictures that Bronco G posts out, I can buy those same pictures and put my own stamp on them. Spy photographers will sell those pretty easy. Mm-hmm. But I don't choose to buy a lot of that stuff because I would let somebody else. Some of those pictures can run you several thousands of dollars. So I will never get that kind of money back. Terrence, dude,
thank you.
Terrence, you are a class act, man. Hopefully one of these days Danny will buy you a beer. Because Terrence is out there with Dan. Oh. Dan was supposed to meet up with him for some beers, and I think knowing Danny, he just did.
He didn't put it in his calendar. Like
no, Danny's like a squirrel, Terrence. By the way,
Danny's
shiny,
worse a squirrel than this one.
Yeah, something shiny happens, and Danny's like, especially if it has to do with racing.
John says, "Have you done the Bronco rodeo?" We have not done the Bronco rodeo.
We thought about it.
We thought about it. We talked about it.
This is going to sound horrible. This is going to sound like I'm a dickhead, which I am.
Well, you are.
Okay, so I've off-roaded 25 years plus. I don't need to go to a school for off-roading, which is kind of what that is a little bit. Kelly is off-roaded now for 10 years plus. Mm-hmm. Other than the fact that flying out to one of those Bronco off-rodeos would be fun to
be fun for coverage, I think,
yes,
too.
But to get your hands on multiple trims, and to kind of connect with the people who are going to the event. Mm-hmm. After that, like, it doesn't offer for me much.
From a value add for us personally.
Return on investment.
Yeah.
Our ROI or whatever it is.
Yes, that's it.
So I don't have a lot of interest in that because I will honestly, we have a trip planned to Moab in the spring, which you'll see the Bronco, our Bronco out there for that. We do a lot of East Coast wheeling. I have a feeling we're going to do some camping and stuff this coming up year with our daughter in it. So I know it's free, supposedly, even though you have to put a deposit down, which you kind of get back in credit or there's something strange.
So they credit it back to you when you take ownership of the vehicle.
Right. So that's kind of odd to me. And then the fact that Ford gives you your pass for free, except for if my wife wants to go or anybody who has a significant other wants to go. It was a big upcharge, and they scaled that back real quick because people were fussing about that. So I think for the cost, I wouldn't go by myself. So it just would be too costly.
We considered it when we were in when we went to Austin, if we could have made it all work together because we could have combined the travel. Mm-hmm. Because that's the thing for us too, is there's nothing close to here for us, so we would have to fly wherever it was. So the cost involved in all of it, to his point, the return on investment from that perspective of it, what are we adding skill value to it for us? But yeah, to your point, Andy, it is content. It surely is content. It would be great to experience so we could talk about it and answer questions about it when people kind of ask about, because we've done events for 10, 11 years, something like that. So we're always interested in going to other people's events and seeing how they do things. So it would be nice to see that.
We ran a Nissan off-road event for 11 years.
Mm-hmm. So to be able to see that would be nice. But with SEMA, with Austin, there's just too much travel cost going out for us to be able to justify going right now.
And once this channel, like, I know this sounds like I'm preaching again, but once this channel like picks up, we get 10, 20,000 subs. I can afford to like, this will be full time and I'll be on the road a lot, you know, doing, just because you guys know this isn't just only a Bronco channel. Like I approach the Bronco because I'm an enthusiast of that and I love what it's about. But we cover everything, so there'll be stuff. I know LA Auto Show was coming up. I didn't know if they were going to cancel that or not, so I never signed up for that one. Obviously, Chicago will be in February, I assume. They haven't really announced, or I don't recall if they've announced dates. And then the granddaddy of them all, Detroit next year, which I hope to cover. So there's a lot of coverage. And then I want to, honestly, come to some of y'all's events and just hang out with you guys. And that's a big part of it. So there was something I just saw. Kevin says Bronco off-rodeo was a lot of fun, and I finally got to get in a Bronco. And
that's awesome.
Because you hear my opinion of these things, once again, my opinions are based on me being a automotive journalist, not the enthusiast side. So if you guys want to go, do
Andy,
it, man. Have a blast.
Have you set up Patreon yet?
I do have a Patreon, Andy.
He does, but we're working on.
There's a link. There's a link in this description to the Patreon.
There is, but
I don't.
Part of me coming on too is trying to help us figure out kind of all those extra things. Too.
Yeah, what special things can we do?
Yeah,
for our Patreon?
What would you like to see for Patreon? Because I know, you know, right now we've just got, hey, here's a donation monthly that you can do, but a lot of people that have Patreons actually will. You know, set up, hey, you get specific content or you get these things. So tell us what you'd like to see for that. We have a bourbon together. Yes, Honest, yes. Hopefully when we, you know.
Honest, I'm coming up there because John is up there. When I get my Bronco, dude, I'm bringing that up that way because I want to drink a glass of whiskey with you, buddy.
Well, and here's the thing, honestly. We've been honestly honest. So to kind of go back to the 30,000 subs, you know, talking about that, ultimately our goal is for us both to work the channel full time, you know that we've talked about it, to both work the channel full time. So that way we can give you more content and things like that. Kelly's fans only. Yeah.
There it is.
What's the all access tier? So just to kind of let you guys know, that's like our game plan, is for us to go ahead and do an all, you know, both of us doing the channel. So,
and I'll be honest, Patreon doesn't take as so when you guys give me money on here, which is freaking awesome, Google gets a percentage of that. So, and Patreon's a little better for that. But that being said, you know, let's go, Brandon. Did you guys see that what Five Guys was doing about that? I don't care what your opinion on it.
No, it wasn't Five Guys. It was In-N-Out Burger.
In-N-Out. I don't care what your opinion is on it politically, but I just thought it was funny that a company decided to post that. Let's see. Jessica says, I haven't moved into the Patreon world. Not sure really what it's about. All it is, generally, Jessica, is you can set up earlier access. So if I drop a video, I can give early access to some of those videos, but I don't think our needle moves fast enough right now. We can get 3,000 to 5,000 views on a video pretty easy, but I don't feel like, I look at the numbers that our videos get, and it's, you know, it's a lot of new people.
Yeah.
Anna says, Dave, tell her you have a UAW card. But so that's that. So I don't want to make this stream about money, but if you are curious, in the description of this I have a breakdown of our Amazon. So if you want to buy anything through Amazon, you can click that link, and anything you buy we get a tiny percentage from. So there's that. Instagram, I don't get anything from it, but Instagram's kind of my home for this channel. I love Instagram for just posting pictures, though we don't have a huge following over there. And Facebook, of course, which it's about like Instagram, our following. But I love YouTube here, man. I really do. I have the live streams. I have so much fun. And I'll be honest too, these things, as far as ad revenue, do not pay much at all. But I do this because I have a lot of fun just connecting with you guys.
Cool. Do you guys have a Venmo? Like, say I want to buy some almond milk from you. We have to get that set up, I guess. I have a Venmo.
Johnny's Car Care says, Dave, if you both are coming north, I have got you some. Well, what do we got some? Oh,
good Scotch and whiskey. There you go. He must have hit enter on accident.
Yeah. Let's see. Stephen W. says, what do you think about the appearance package on the two-door Bronco 22? Appearance package. Is this something your dealer's telling you? Because I don't know of a particular appearance package.
Yes, Jay, we are working on merch
Logic.
too. We are working on merch.
I have a box. I have 2 boxes, honestly, of shirts. Here, hold this.
You're going to go hold this? Do I need to
hold the fort down?
Hold the fort down? Yeah, so that is actually something I do need to work on. We have it in hand. I just haven't processed it. So I do need to go ahead and just kind of go through it. I need to,
All right.
You actually have the other one too over there.
We'll get it. So this is one of the shirts, and I don't know if they can see that or not. It says "Lift Everything," and then it's got the All Terrain Nation logo.
He's got another one, but I just essentially have to do counts. The other shirt's in there in the back. I just have to count them and get them up, and Peugeot says he's probably confusing Canadian whiskey with good whiskey.
And then we have this All Terrain Nation shirt.
Now this one's limited run, right?
Listen, I'm not doing again.
So we will maybe
We even have stickers. Like, I literally have stickers that I do mail out.
Hey, remind me when we're traveling, and maybe I can work on I'll try to work on that when we're like hanging out in an airport or something.
What's that?
Work on the shirts, like getting them loaded to the website and stuff.
Yeah, the website's going to be updated too, because I want to do more articles, by the way, and written pieces. And friend of the show, Dave P., big Nissan enthusiast, generally writes some stuff for me there. And I need to, honestly, I'll be honest, this is a 40-hour week job.
Yes.
Honestly, this is a 40-hour week job for me. Plus, I have another 45-hour week job. Yes. So, it sometimes, I hate to say, these things get kind of pushed back because we're also softball coaches.
Yeah.
We coach our daughter softball, and we have a blast doing that. And my kid means a lot to me, and I mean both of mine does. But we've got to spend such a good amount of time, and part of the Bronco was because of my daughter. She wanted a Jeep really badly. Like my brother who passed away almost
May of
2 years.
2020.
Yeah. He
non-pandemic related.
Yeah, he had a was diabetes probably what got him.
Yeah.
But he had a YJ Jeep, which I've had a YJ Jeep before. She was around when I guess we had that, but she was a tiny.
Oh yeah, she was a baby.
But she loved riding with my brother in that Jeep. God rest his soul. And so she wanted it had to be purple too.
Mm-hmm.
Like
she wants a purple.
It had to be purple. And so we ended up buying the Gladiator. Part of that was to have content for the channel and to kind of get a feel for living with a removable roof vehicle while we waited on our Bronco. And 2 was because my daughter was bugging the piss out of us about it. And so we kind of got a purplish Jeep, and we've got a video coming up about taking it to CarMax. That's going to be a fun video. So there's some merch. Like I said, we do have some stuff. I've been planning some stuff with Lifestyle Off-Road as well, because they don't just build bumpers. They actually build. They do all of our merch and stuff as well. And I need a good graphic designer though, because I need something fun. And I went to school for graphic design, but I'm so out of it with that.
Rest in peace, Logic. Your brother passed away last May too.
Yeah, it's kind of a bummer, man. Me and my brother were growing up. We weren't that close, but my brother is what got me into the automotive world. Like, my brother had a 69 Nova. He thought the world of that thing. And I watched him with it and then got into it. And then he retired. And me and him got closer through cars. So, which is a big part of why I do this today. Let's see. What else we got going on here? And thank you guys all. We got 78 likes on there and 1 dislike. And I appreciate all the...
Kelly's getting a package soon.
Where's that?
Honest.
Oh. Honest is crazy.
You're so sweet.
Did we send Honest a shirt?
Yes. Yes. He was part of the batch a month and a half ago.
Did your shirt get to you, Honest?
Honest, let me know if your shirt came or not.
Yes.
Because I did send it as part of the bunch that I did.
Bruce Hawk 09. Hey, congrats on your Bronco, good buddy. 10-4, buddy. I just ordered my Black Diamond 2-door last night. Nice, dude. Congratulations. Hopefully your dealer promised you no markups. And guys, that's something we learned. I mean, we protected ourselves sort of, but I made sure when I ordered my Bronco back in January, I had a trail of emails with my dealership saying, "Hey, I'll pay MSRP, but because I'm not trying to ding them on X plan or anything right now, but I want to be sure there's no markups." Mm-hmm. And guess what? My dealership started doing. They started adding markups, and so I felt a little protected, not completely, but I felt a little protected that we weren't going to get hit with that. But make sure you have it somewhat in writing of some sort that you can guarantee that say you're black for whatever you ordered it this week, and say in a month they pull your order for whatever reason, and then another month it shows up and they're like, oh, you know what, that's now going to be $30,000 upcharge.
Now keep in mind, like we were told today,
don't give it all away.
I'm not going to give it all away. Like we were told today that if you have a buy order or you have an order and it has that on your order that says you've got such and such markup, then you're going to have that markup. But
so definitely protect yourself.
Yes.
Let's see.
So yes, merch will be coming, guys. I just have to get it done.
Oscar says, I live in LA and haven't done the off-rodeo, but I got an invite to the Drive Bronco. It's going on a couple locations near LA. Yeah, I saw some. Well, I had a viewer send me some video of that where they were setting some of that stuff up. Those are fun, by the way. Do it. The guy that sent me some video of that, he got to do it early because it was, I guess, near his company or something. They let him do it early. And he said it was fun. So definitely, if you've not drove one of these things, do it. And if you have a reservation, you're guaranteed a spot at one of the off-rodeos. And now they're doing it in the Vegas area for the SoCal people, which would be very similar terrain. So do it.
Anna says you got a shirt. Okay, awesome. You're
2035.
Filipino Vegas Life says the Sasquatch package should come with a sway bar disconnect. There, I said it. I agree. And that's why we went to...
Yeah, she wanted the higher priced vehicle. And we all know what those prices are today versus what they were going to be. Only like $3,500 more versus the Black Diamond. But I think it's worth it. Let's see.
I agree.
Future Sean says his Bronco is getting built on Monday. Congratulations. No, don't expect that. Do not expect
Don't expect a delay. Don't quote us, but don't expect it.
I love this. Sasquatch should come with it or that.
Yeah, we just talked about that.
Johnny says all dealers have a system to print off a purchase offer. They can sign it and you can sign it. And do it.
Yeah, so to kind of we started talking about this earlier. We're not going to give you a ton of information about it because, like Dave said, we're going to do a video on it. But we were not able to do financing today because the VIN is not completely in the systems.
Their system, yeah.
It's not completely in their systems yet. So they said they could kind of finagle it, but it causes more headache when we go to take ownership of it. So they did go ahead. I told them, I said, here's the thing though. Let's do everything we can today so there are no surprises when we come in to pick up the vehicle. I want to know final number. I want to know, and I don't want there to be a surprise. Of course, they said, of course, we'll try to get the maintenance, all these other I said, that's fine. You can do your thing there and try to do that. I said, but I don't want a surprise when we come and say, oh, by the way,
yes,
we're tacking on $2,000 or we're tacking on this. I don't want that. And they said, no. This will be the number you come into when your vehicle comes.
Yeah.
So you can do that part and get that. And we did sign off on it and we agreed on it in our trade and everything. So
what we signed today is
going to be our final numbers.
Final numbers.
But yeah, so we'll, and there were some surprises. So stay tuned for that because there were some decent surprises.
That every dealer does.
Every dealer does it.
In their own weird way.
Yes. but there were definitely some non-negotiables on their side. And
nice, Cole. Cole says he used a credit union, got 75 months at 2.29, so he upgraded to the Badlands.
That's
Sasquatch.
awesome. Congratulations.
Yeah, and like I said earlier, the Sasquatch was off the table for me initially because I just didn't want to. For one, when we all reserved this, if you were an early reservation, we didn't know what anything was costing. So that's why I was like, you know what, that Sasquatch is probably going to be outrageous.
Bye, Honest. Have a good night.
Yes,
Thanks
thank
for
you,
joining.
Honest.
Appreciate you.
So the Sasquatch was off the table for me initially. And then after they released prices and stuff, and by January, we all knew what kind of things were going to cost. I was like, you know what, let's just do a Black Diamond Sasquatch. It's we're doing the 4-door, which was going to cost a little bit more.
Yeah.
And
it does nickel and dime quickly, though.
Yes. Yes. But, and then if you want any of the accessories like the bull bar or any of those things, man, you could get into a $75,000 Bronco pretty easy. If you outfitted this thing, I think you could be well into $70,000.
Agreed.
Who day, Honest?
Alter sells meat. We do not sell meat, nor do we have an OnlyFans.
No, you don't want to see that. Not from us. I'll bring my Bronco thong out.
Yeah, so Cole, we planned on credit union, but again, we're not going to go too deep into that.
It's hard
to be in the video.
I could give my next video or one of my next videos away real quick, and I don't want to do that.
So we'll just say our goal was to go through our local credit union, but that is not going to come to fruition.
Yes.
Initially.
But make sure your dealership, go talk to them before you go even to financing, because some dealers approach financing different than others, and they may use the same credit union, but how do they use that credit union?
P.S. Portsvale says, "Hey guys, love the show or love you show. Have a reservation 7621 Badlands 4-door non-sass Lux tow silver. What do you think my build date might be? If I cancel tow and Lux, do you think it might be sooner? Thanks, Steve."
Steve, so we initially my order in January was a 2.7 liter twin turbo Black Diamond Sasquatch package, tow, hardtop. Everything they told me that I couldn't get. And I've said this many times on the show that we pulled our order in May because we knew that I was told they were having hardtop issues. So I was like, I don't want to deal with that. And then we did the, is it Woodward or Woodford? I always get that mixed up.
What?
The Dream Cruise.
Woodward
Dream Cruise, and they announced the new colors and stuff, and we just weren't impressed with those colors. But they also said they were doing away with the one color we could agree on, which is Rapid Red. And
which, if you saw the video where we did the build, you'll actually see us bicker back and forth about the color.
Right. And so we were like, you know what? Let's go back in. And I'd said since June, I'd told people that, hey, if you switch to just a soft top, they're going to pull your order. And sure enough, we basically upgraded and switched to a soft top.
Yep.
And literally, 3 days later, got our build date.
So Monday, you contacted our sales guy on the weekend, and then he said, okay, Monday I will switch it. So we switched it Monday, I think it was the 23rd of August, and then Thursday we had a build date. And all we switched was the soft top, and so
yeah, thank you for the subscription, Brad.
Welcome.
But yeah, so I really think it's the top is the major issue, and I'm seeing they told us initially, what was it, end of August somewhere when they were having the top issues, that you weren't going to be able to get a hard top basically if you didn't have one on Dirt Mountain. You weren't going to get one this year, but yet we've seen Wild Tracks and stuff getting new builds, getting hard tops and stuff. So I don't know. I think if you've been watching this since the beginning, I think some of it has been just the luck of the draw. Like what dealer has more pull with Ford, then your timestamp and all that to what gets your vehicle pulled. Because we have tow package.
Yep.
Oh, I was told, tow package, you're never going to get that.
Yeah, so as soon as we got our build date, I actually just happened to see several posts where people were like, pull your tow package, pull your tow package. And I went in there and I was like, nope, don't pull your tow package. Here's what I have and here's my build date. And people were like, whoa, so tow doesn't affect it. And it's like, not at that point it didn't.
No, some of that, they started spreading those little rumors in December. Ford actually spread these rumors, I think, to slow some people from doing reservations. I think they knew they bit off more than they could chew, and they needed to slow it down a little bit. So I think that's why that started getting out. Now, are there commodity issues? Sure, man. The world's not at full strength right now. You know, look at all the ships that are waiting with parts for everything. They said Christmas could be a nightmare for whatever reason.
I mean, just go on the job sites and see all the jobs that are out there that they're hiring for.
So yeah, at some point that is, it is an issue. So just, get what you want. Now, I made a sacrifice with the soft top. For one, I think the black roof on this vehicle for the red looks way better than the light gray hard top. Now, had I been able to get my body matching color roof or a painted black roof, I would have waited personally. It's not like, for the channel, it will help the channel grow, but at the same point, get what you want. I don't see sacrificing a ton. So if you want that big screen Lux package, get it.
Sorry, I'm reading comments. Dr. Simple Beauty 300 says, I'm probably going to wear a unicorn costume when I pick my Bronco up because we've been the most mythical car I've ever purchased. That's amazing. Please do it and take lots of pictures. Dr. Simple Beauty 300.
Do it, girl.
Please do it. Please do it.
Which I subscribe to your channel, by the way. I was like, if you're good enough to follow me, I'm good enough to follow you.
Savage Patch Matt actually has two questions. If I haven't even reserved my Bronco, if I did it tomorrow, do you think it's possible to still get a car in 2022? It's possible. Mm-hmm. It's always possible. I'm also not quite sure the spec of one I would order. Do you think I could just reserve the base model and later on change the build? You absolutely can until you get a VIN.
Yes. Once you get a VIN, supposedly you can change the paint color, but I wouldn't risk it. But yeah, you can make as many changes you want until you piss your dealership off, basically.
Until you get a build.
Yeah, till you get a VIN. You can change it however you want. VIN. So yeah, if there's a color like that eruption green that you want or something like that, go for it. Now, also, we got Raptor coming up, and an inside source told me I know what the motor is going to be in that thing. But also, I
heard that conversation.
You did hear that conversation. Anyways, but let's
30, huh?
Yeah, it's a big motor. I don't even know where I was going now.
I don't
with
either.
color. If you're expecting to get a Warthog or whatever they're going to call the damn thing, Raptor, do not expect your reservation to work for that. I really think that's going to be a completely separate reservation. It's very limited numbers they're going to do anyways.
I'll be interested to see if you're right on that.
And that's speculation, by the way. But
they did it with the first edition.
Knowing how some of this stuff works, I can't see them going, they'll just let everybody in on that. Everybody has a shot, because I bet they did 7,000 supposed first editions, which I think they only built. I'm going to say they didn't build 3,500 first editions.
I'd be curious to know that final number.
And they'll never let you know that one. But I think the Raptor version, I think you're going to look at maybe 3,000 for an option to get, and everybody in America wants one of those. I don't. I think it's goofy. But between that and the Heritage Edition, I think they're going to make you do a special reservation for Heritage Edition.
Interesting.
But I could be completely wrong. But I know some people are throwing their hat in for that.
So here's what I think they might do. I think they might offer it up to reservation holders first in a small window, and then offer it at, reservation holders. You have 3 days to put in and say you want a Raptor or whatever. You want to convert your order you want to convert yours to a Raptor. And then after that, we open it up to the masses. I think that's what they'll do.
Yeah.
That would be let me rephrase. That's what they should do. That would be the smart thing to do after you have all these people that have waited who knows how many years by the time this happens.
Well, but the thing too with Raptor, guess what? You think upcharges are real now?
Oh.
So first editions are bringing what $30,000 to $40,000 upcharges now. In
At
some
least.
in some cases, they were doubling the price of
Yes.
the vehicle. Imagine what Raptor is going to do. So I think the Raptor, let's see, first edition 4,000. I think Raptor is about 69 to 75,000. And once dealerships, the way dealerships have proven themselves to not be as fun as they should be, you order that. Even I have a feeling, go into it going, hey, I'm paying MSRP. That's it. But I bet money they tell people for Raptor that, hey, man, for you just to get you to order it, we're going to need $5,000 to $10,000 drop down. And then I think they're gonna upcharge the shit out of that thing. And I think you're at minimum's $100,000 for one of those. Is what I think is about to happen.
I could see it. Honest says, Kelly, do you really think I will get my 2-door Wild Track towing high pack?
Yes.
I think so. Yeah.
Yes, I
don't
do.
think you're going to have a problem with it. Garrett says he's super excited with the Bronco because he's extremely amazed at how capable it truly is. Non-Sasquatch did some work. It was a blast.
Yeah, man. Like, I think some people that's come to a Bronco might have been from Jeep, where they think straight axle is the end-all, be-all. You've got to do a lot. You've done 6 months now in a Jeep.
Yep.
You've done long road trips without me. I've done long road trips with you driving it. There's definitely a reason that independent front suspension is around versus solid axle for daily use. But there's reasons for off-roading that solid axle is better, man. I just think at the end of the day, some of these Jeep people are going to get into some of these and just be blown away by the daily use of this. Now, I've seen 40s. I've already seen some of the SEMA builds on 40s. I think that's just goofy. I don't think independent front suspension is capable of handling that heavy of a wheel for a long period of time. Now, on the road, yes. But as far as like taking the abuse of off-roading versus what Jeeps can do with a few simple upgrades. So I'm all over the map, man, with these things. But I hope that at the end of the day that the Jeep people that move to Bronco to test them out see the benefits of the daily use versus the off-road side.
All right, so just a lot of kind of chatting. I think we got most, if not all, the questions. So tell us is there something specific you'd like us to look for you and cover at SEMA?
Yes.
So we kind of got away from all of
We
that.
did.
Before we go there, though, dealership. Yes, we had an interesting day. We won't go into details because there's a video coming that has...
There's going to be a Bronco in my driveway before that video comes out, though.
Yeah. So, yeah. Needless to say. So it's coming. I promise you we will fill you in on the day. And there will also be a CarMax video of our experience with getting a quote there.
Terrence says, get a base and build your own Raptor besides your engine you got.
Yes.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? We have world famous Joe Japan Z, moderator extraordinaire. What's going on, buddy?
But anyway, so SEMA, I see folks are starting to put stuff in there. Aaron Powers, Mr. Aaron Powers, welcome to the show, sir.
One of my best buddies ever. Who
Amazing.
I think I'm slowly converting Aaron from being a Nissan guy to jumping on the Bronco bandwagon.
At SEMA, maybe the Nissan booth.
Yes, I will stop. Joe, a good friend of ours, will be at the booth.
Yeah.
So we definitely going to go see the Nismo side of things. Where was it? What's up, Pavement Ends? The Pavement Ends, dude. You are in like every Bronco chat or video I've ever seen, dude. I don't know how you have the time. Let's see what else we got going on here. SEMA. Oh, for SEMA 2. I plan on covering. I'm looking for the hard top stuff for aftermarket, definitely. I want to lift kits, definitely. I think there's going to be more options out there, though. I think that Flo, man, thank you so much for that $10. I think lift kits are what they are, man. Yeah, you can get some high end Fox suspension. That'll be cool. Or Kings are going to have something. But after that, man, guess what? it's a little taller, and as long as it rides great. Now, I'm not a big fan of some of the budget lifts, spacer lifts, stuff like that. If you just need like a small, like an inch of lift, then I'm okay with it. But you get past that, I'm not okay with budget lifts. So there's that. Rock sliders, stuff like that, I'm interested in seeing. I know I talked to my friends over at White Knuckle Off-Road who've been waiting for. If you're in SoCal, by the way, and you have a Bronco, let me hook you up with them because they're looking for one to build off of, and I think they'll do you right if you let them use your Bronco for a day to kind of design off of.
And they're amazing people. Amazing people. They do multiple brands. They do Nissan, they do Toyota, they do Jeep, they do everything. So they're not trying to convert over to the Ford side. They're right. Already there.
And the cool thing about the coverage we're going to bring you from SEMA is I'm not your bro off-roader that I think it's got to be 100 foot tall and on 50-inch wheels to be the best off-roader ever. But I don't want to put deep dish. I'm not that guy either that wants to be deep dish. So I see Dr. Simple Beauty was asking about overland builds. Mm-hmm. I would say a lot of times that's kind of what we go for. Yeah. Though the overland community wears me out as a community. Our
version of overland and what the traditional overland, I guess, is a different overland for us. So like we are interested in like camping and things like that, but we're not gonna go because we have real world jobs, so we can't take a week off and go in our vehicle and just stay out for an entire week out on the trails.
I can.
We're working on that too.
Yeah. More subscriptions, please.
Yes. Cole says, you guys selling those really cool Bad Batch search. So we are not selling them. Lifestyle Off-Road is selling them.
We put the pieces together to make that happen.
Yes. So we influenced that design.
Yes. But no, it was Cole. That was a very, very limited edition. I noticed there were some people on Bronco 6G that made their own versions.
So the Lifestyle Off-Road one is the inspired one.
Audio has been a big man. I've seen more people recently kind of fussing about audio than everything. And P Sports Vale, thank you so much for that. I greatly appreciate that super chat. As far as audio, yes. I've said it many times. Like for me, as long as my phone connects to the radio, I don't care about normal radio anymore. Now, granted, we listen to some. We're all musically, we're all over the map, man. She likes country a little bit. I'm a big blues guy, but guess what?
2000s country.
I'm an old metal kid, old skateboarder, and then we'll get into some
90s rap.
I didn't realize I married 8 Mile over here.
I'm from Detroit.
Well,
I saw people die every day, or so that's what people think when you hear come from up there.
So musically, we're all over the map, and yes, I do need a system that actually sounds decent. And I've heard nothing but bad. The B&O sound system we had in the first edition sounded okay. Yeah. I was neither impressed by it nor like disappointed by it.
No.
I'll say that. But I've seen so many videos, and our friends over at Pickens Party of 5 did a video on replacing their speakers with just cheaper speakers that you got from Home Depot.
I was gonna say, geez,
those 2x4 speakers, but that they got from
outdoor speakers. We're gonna plug them all in.
Oh hell yeah!
They retrofit.
At the cost of wood right now, but they just spent very little to upgrade the speakers, and they sound so much better. So,
Dr. Simple Beauty, thank you so much.
Thank you so much, ma'am. But yeah, so there's definitely some audio stuff we need to look at. I think the sound bar. I'm not a fan of the sound bar. I don't know who the manufacturer is. There's already got headrests in your rear view.
Yeah.
And then you put a big soundbar in there, and you end up with like that much space to see out the rear of your mirror there. And so I'm not a fan of that for that reason. But I have a feeling we're going to upgrade our speakers, and there'll be videos on that.
Yeah, Garrett, marine grade speakers. I'm all over that because I will be honest, when we borrowed Dr. Detroit's first edition and he took the roof off and the doors off and said, here, take it for the weekend, we were afraid of pop-up showers.
I think they're okay, but yeah.
But I personally was afraid of pop-up showers because he and I talked about it. It was like, I told him, I was like, what if it rains tonight? Yeah. What if it rains tonight? So like that was just a concern for me. So I agree, marine grade.
Joe says it's JBL. That's
right.
Which JBL does amazing stuff, but once again, I just think it's in the way. And ultimately, for me, it's more about the vehicle than the sound system.
Yeah, I agree. I completely agree.
But
Wasn't even part of the conversation,
I really
honestly.
do. I anticipate we will upgrade the speakers anyways.
For sure. Andy says babysitting Dave must be a full-time job by itself. It is. It is. But I'll be honest, he has actually gotten better over the years. He used to be...
I'm glad this is being recorded right now.
He knows he's gotten better because he used to be a troll and didn't realize...
I was a bad troll.
He was a bad troll, and he didn't realize how many bridges he was burning by being such a troll.
And when you want to be in the automotive world,
yes,
don't burn bridges.
And I'm the diplomat of us. I'll be like, don't say that. It's not worth it. Just let it go. And he'll be like, but it has to be said. No, it doesn't have to be said. It's okay to walk away. So yes, it is a full-time job, but it is not as full-time.
Yes, I'm in a lot of Facebook groups for especially Bronco, and I have to bite my tongue so
A whole lot.
much.
A whole lot.
Yeah, Joe says the JBL is a tragic attempt at a solution for the sound problem. Yes, I would agree.
Yeah, Greg says maybe cheaper door bags. Ford is charging a grip. Not like to have to pay for installation of the bags.
That was our first thing that came in.
Modification.
Yeah, we got the front door bags. So old Mitchell got me. Old 6'10" Mitchell.
6'5".
6'11". I don't know.
Oh, you said in everything it was 6'5".
I change it all the time. But he's constantly talking about all these cool things, and I like to support people who in the community that I find to be good people, and I really do think that Mitchell is a solid person. And so I got on TC Customs website and bought what I thought was all 4 door bags. And Mitchell had I forget his guy that he talks about in his videos all the time. He emailed me and said, "Hey, Mitchell wants to know, are you buying a 2-door or 4-door?" And I said, "Oh, it's a 4-door." He goes, "Did you know you only ordered the front door bags?" And I was like, "Well, shit, no, I didn't." I said, "I guess I'll have to order the rear doors now." So, but they are expensive.
Yeah.
It was what, $2-something. Pretty pricey.
I'm waiting on my Ford points.
Future Sean, who is a great guy to back and forth with there on Instagram and my Facebook page, or I guess it's just Facebook that he contacts me. Who I'm totally jealous of, that has a C8 Corvette. So what's it? Love all you guys in the community, Dave. I hit 140 on the straightaways. Woo! Oh, that's right. You were doing your final track day in that thing. Then forgot straightaway ends and went off the track. Oh, dude.
4 times, dude. I'm so glad you're okay and she's okay.
Yes, I would still go get the alignment checked and have a dealership go just to look under it.
Yeah. And Peugeot says I'm a huge troll, more like an ogre.
Orc.
No, he said down here. Ogre's the word.
Okay.
I scanned.
Sorry, Kevin. Oh, they're all saying Mitchell's height now. Guys, he's 7'10". He's bigger than life. I will say this though, I do. If we buy another Bronco, I'm tempted to go down there.
Yeah, and buy it from Alabama.
And buy it. I mean, he's Southern Alabama. It would be a trek for me, but
It would be fun though.
It would be fun. Well, we had talked about initially when Granger was doing all these deals.
We did. We talked about going to Iowa.
And trying to do that. So,
yep.
But I anticipated they were getting a lot of orders, and I wasn't going to get my order quickly.
Hey, Ashley, welcome.
Man.
So you have trick-or-treating tonight. We have trick-or-treating tomorrow. Ours is always on the 31st.
And I apologize if anybody who my normal viewers was like, hey, why is he doing this on a Saturday? I was going to do it on a Sunday because we're traveling on Monday and didn't realize it was Halloween.
Yeah, I told him today.
What a bad dad I am.
He is a bad dad.
Hey.
No, he's not a bad dad, but he is staying home and handing out candy tomorrow and when I take our daughter over to her friend's house. So... yeah. We were talking today and he goes, we're going to do a live. And I said, what time are you doing that? Cause I don't know that I'll be back in time to do it. And he's like, oh, we're going to do 8:00. And I said, on Halloween.
Yeah. Oops.
I don't know that you'll get many people. You might get quite a few people, but that's why it was moved to today.
Honest says I'm coming to your front door as a FedEx driver. Honest, I thought you were going to eat dinner, man.
He was going to do something with deer meat.
Oh, okay. Nice, man. I could use a nice
no, thank
nice
you.
tender one.
You take that.
Shit, I'm
just
the only
can't.
one that would eat it.
Yeah, he is. I just can't.
Oh, Andy says he is 13 foot 6 inches. I don't doubt it. Mitchell is 14 foot tall. I'm telling you. Dude, you talk about pumping out videos, man. I don't know how that guy has time to help run his dealership. That dude cranks the videos out, like cranks them out, and I'm jealous of that. Let's see. MP Show, I saw your dumpster fire on 6G today. It was quite interesting.
What happened?
Oh, just
he causing trouble?
No, I think he just added fuel to it.
Oh, so he's gasoline,
yes,
like you used to be.
Yes. Let's see. I'm completely happy with my B&O sound system. There's definitely enough bass. I'm not sure if what people are complaining about. I think it's more in the bass system than it is the B&O. Even though in many B&O systems that I've ridden in with Ford, I don't think for what they cost, I don't think you're getting a premium system. I think it's sort of in name, though it is definitely an upgraded system. And like I said, the first edition we drove, we had it all weekend.
Yeah.
I never wanted more.
And it was loud enough. It was with the doors and the
Roof.
Thank you.
Yes.
Roof off. Sorry, I lose my words sometimes.
Yeah, well. And Price says, if you came to Alabama, help me get mine from TC. Actually, we hope to have fun. I'll say this, though. SEMA sounds like a blast, except for our last trip, we covered 9 vehicles.
Yes.
And I haven't even released all those videos yet.
Nope.
And in one day, covering just 9 vehicles was just exhausting.
It's a lot.
So SEMA sounds like a lot of fun till you're trying to cover it. And not that I think we always do the best work compared to some other channels. Like, we try. We're very limited. But I think it's going to be exhausting. I really do.
It is. I think we're going to come back and we're going to just be wiped.
Honest. Let's go, Brandon. That's funny.
I that's why I need to do the merch before we go to get SEMA, because I'm pretty sure I'm going to have to rest when we get back.
Would any Cali folks like to meet Old Dale Road in January? Simple Beauty says. I'm sure there is a SoCal Bronco club for you. I don't know if are you on Bronco 6G? I know they got a good regional areas spot that you may be able to hook up with some people. Plus, I know there's on Facebook, there's just clubs popping up everywhere. I know Luke with Lifestyle, he just opened up the Iowa Bronco deal. So, Garrett says, Peugeot is a friendly menace, always welcome in my community. He's welcome in my community as well, because they will poke at me. Him and Cigar Texan every once in a while will poke back at me every once in a while, and I love it.
He deserves it.
Yep. Let's see. We about time for final call, but let's see what we got. Anything stand out to you, Kelly?
I tried to cover it all.
Yeah, Logic Warrior. Without further ado, he is 6'3". Did y'all see where he sold? I think I kind of broke the news that they sold that white Bronco before they wanted people to know, but they threw it up on eBay for auction.
I think it closed at 85.
And what the Bronco did?
Mm-hmm.
85,000 for that. Now, they've done a lot of custom work to that thing, but obviously get what you can get for them. And it's a dealership, so they need to make money off of that. But I think it was on Instagram. So sometimes I post only things on Instagram. Sometimes I only post them on Facebook. But I don't think Mitchell was upset about it, because clearly he had put it on there. But I don't think he really wanted the community to know that he was selling that, because he took some heat for selling it. Of like, oh, you're just flipping vehicles. You're like, guys, he's a dealership. That's what they do, is buy vehicles to sell vehicles.
The point is to sell vehicles.
Yes, and
you try not to get too emotionally involved when you have vehicles, because that was actually something we've had to struggle a little bit with the Jeep, because we don't want to get too emotionally involved, because we didn't anticipate keeping it for long term. Now the Bronco, on the other hand, that is a long term purchase.
Yeah,
for us.
I asked him today if they do 1,000 months for financing.
No, they did offer 96 or something.
96
did they say?
months on a vehicle.
We were
nuts.
anticipating 84, but 96 months.
I
told him, I said, that might be a good idea to get the payment down initially.
Right. Let's see. Napa Valley. Hell yeah, I love Napa Valley. I'd go drink some wine.
yes.
Let's
I'm a
see.
sweet wine.
Jay says merch. We have
I'm
it.
working on it. I promise.
Literally, I have it.
I promise.
The way we used to do merch on the old forums, it was a nightmare. And we have a buy thing set up on GoDaddy.
I came in
for our
and
website.
figured it out.
Well, ish. Because
Wow.
it's still a nightmare. I don't like to see you.
It is still a nightmare, but I have a side hustle that I do, so I've learned how to.
Yes, she's fixed that. But we have it. I swear to God, we have it.
We do. We've got a box of shirts over there.
Now maybe a B&O doesn't have enough punch when driving. Once again, I mean, we didn't listen to a lot of radio, though.
We didn't. Well, because we did a lot of video too.
Yeah, and
so
I get demonetized if any music.
Copyrighted music. So yes, I couldn't do that.
Let's see. Anything else we need to
Oh,
cover?
Garrett says, "Damn, it wasn't it his dad's order like he said? What's the story?"
Yes, it was his dad's order, and his dad wanted a white Bronco to match their 95, I think they have. And I get it for their channel for their business. They make money on the channel, but the channel, let's be honest, isn't just because Mitchell wants to be on TV. It's to bring people to their dealership. And so yes, it made sense for them. Mitchell's Bronco wasn't going to get there in time, so it made sense to be some of the first people on YouTube to be able to modify them with a big channel. Like they're over 220 subs, 200,000 subs, something like that. And so they have a big poll, and that brings a lot of people to. Could you imagine just any dealership having access to 225,000 potential customers?
That's crazy.
Just by dropping a video. So it makes sense for them to modify that thing and get it out there for the community. And but he dropped a video a couple days ago, I think. They got a gray Badlands in that they're about to build. So.
I saw something.
Speedos.
That's it. That's what I was seeing. Speedo says support staff on it. Andy has mentioned that like 3 times in the chat. I kept meaning to mention it, but I have not.
I lost a bet and had to wear a Speedo once.
Yes,
and
he did.
There's a picture that I don't ever want out of me in this American Speedo.
And I love you, but I don't want it out either.
No, you don't. Nobody wants to see that.
No. That's JD Smoking Pipes. Any 3XL shirts? I'll have to look. I don't know if we did or not. If we didn't, I know that we are going to do a reorder. I've got some other folks that are requesting different sizes than what we have.
Yes, the green shirt, I will definitely keep producing that one.
Yeah, but the black one won't.
The Black Friends one was just hey, I want to get something out. I only think maybe 3 people have that shirt besides us.
We sold it at Went.
We did sell a few of those at Went. That's right. But I want to. I think Dr. Detroit has one.
Yeah, I think you took one up to him.
And I can't remember. I think Honest might have one too. I can't remember which one we gave Honest.
I don't remember.
But anyways, let's see. So is plans for the Bronco, Kelly? As soon as we get it, we're gonna do a bunch of. We're gonna do a bunch of just like everybody. I hate to be like that, like everybody's done, but nobody approaches it like we do.
Right.
Because I think most channels are either review channels or they're just I gotta make this as hardcore as possible channels. I don't think a lot of channels balance the weird thing that we are of the hybrid of enthusiasts plus journalism.
Right.
So I think we'll have definitely a unique take on that. What it's like to live with it. We've lived with the Bronco the Gladiator, basically a Wrangler in the interior. Yeah. We've lived with that for 6 months now. Is there a chance that we could have both of them? Who knows? It would be cool to have both vehicles to constantly.
Which we had talked about that initially anyway. Yeah. Like in a perfect world, we would like to have both for a couple of weeks, maybe.
Yes. So I don't know on that whether Eruption Green.
We haven't ordered any in Eruption Green. That wouldn't be a bad idea.
That's a great No, it's a great T-shirt of having a Bronco and something about this is my Eruption Green or something. I don't know. We'll play with that.
We'll figure it out.
Let's see. YouTube cracking down on giveaways, ticket sales. Is that legal? That's a good question because
some states raffling is not legal.
Tennessee is it has to be
a nonprofit and you have to be established for over a year. But you have to get approval to do the raffle a year before you can actually do it. Yeah, so it's like weird. There's a lot of different rules to it.
Not that those rules aren't, ever broken. But as far as the channel, we're going to live with the Badlands. I'm not going to tamper with it for a while.
Yeah, we want to see what it's like.
I've got badges, and you've seen it, badges, and I got some fender deletes in. I've got a lot of stuff coming up that I want to do with it, but I also want to live with this thing for a little bit and give an honest review of what is it in its stock form. Now, obviously, it's a Sasquatch.
Right.
But in its stock form, how is it to live with this thing for a while? So we're going to have some videos coming up with that. Obviously, you're going to get the exciting, fun video of me like a little kid bouncing off. Like I just drank 17 Dr. Pepper or Mountain Dews bouncing off of the thing when I get it because I'm going to be too excited. The bummer about this is, and the awesome thing is, we've had to forcibly wait.
Yes.
Everybody had to wait.
Yes.
And it's hard in this Amazon culture to have to wait for something you really, really want.
Oh, funny thing you say that is because when I go to buy something, if I can't find it on Amazon, I go, well, nobody's going to live up to getting it to me, so I don't need it that badly. Because Target, I love Target, but if I can't pick it up, if I have to ship it, it's going to take like 5 days to get to me. Do I really want it in 5 days, or do I want it on Amazon in 2 or next day? So yeah. It's funny. I know we don't need no more stinking badges. Yeah, it's to your point, we said we're going to live with it. So we've actually talked about this too on the channel, is that if you're going to do anything with this vehicle, live with it a while, learn what you love about it, learn what you don't love about it.
If you're new to off-roading.
Yeah, so there you go. So if you're new to off-roading, live with the vehicle a while, figure out what you would like to tweak, figure out what you would like to keep the same way it is, and then make your modifications. So don't order all this crazy stuff that you feel like you have to lift this vehicle unless you are tenured off-road and you know what you're doing with it.
And if you say you got a base with the 28-inch or whatever it is, 9-inch stock wheels, it's a 4-wheel drive. Guess what? I've taken people out in stock 4-wheel drives that can't believe they crossed a bridge. Like, because people sometimes have no idea like what vehicles are capable of. And like Kelly was saying, go out once or twice with some Bronco friends or just an off-road club. I know a lot of them are Jeep clubs, but I think Jeep guys going to have to accept Bronco Nation a little bit. And go learn what it's like to be stock. You're not going to be as capable, You're not going to be able to do all the extreme stuff that you see everybody else is doing. But guess what? You learn what that vehicle is capable of in whatever form you buy it. Learn, like, if you only got a Badlands or a Black Diamond, it's only got the rear locker. Learn that rear locker can get you in a lot of trouble, or it can help you out a lot. So learn what each part of this does. Slowly modify the vehicle. If you're looking to do a strict actually go use the vehicle off-road. Tires, grip is king. Grip means everything. Now with ours, I'm not a Goodyear guy by any means. And I told Kelly even at one point that, hey, I'm going to go ahead and order tires for it. Well, I changed my mind on that because we did the first edition, lived with it. I think they're a really good tire. And I hate that the inside of me is burning right now from saying that Goodyear makes a really good off-road tire. I'm just a BF Goodrich guy. I like everybody's brand loyal to an extent. And tires can affect on-road performance, off-road performance, and just that simple modification. If you're with a Black Diamond that comes with 33s, and then you want to put 35s on it like the Sasquatch package comes with, guess what? It's going to drive completely different. The tire's going to make that difference, but also gearing makes all the difference. You put a bigger tire on it, you're going to notice trying to get into the interstate on-ramp that it may seem like the gears are searching a little bit more. There's little things like that you're going to notice. So definitely go into these vehicles like you were saying.
Yep.
Slow but steady. Now, if you're the person that's like, look, I'm never off-roading this thing, it's strictly because I want a badass-looking truck with deep dish wheels or whatever you want to do, all for it. But if you're into really off-roading, take your time, learn the vehicle.
Yep. I agree. Completely agree.
Well, there you go, Kelly. We've done 2.5 hours.
Ooh. I need to order some pizza or something.
We do need to order some pizza, but my hot tub is calling me. And no, that's not on Patreon either. There's not going to be.
We turn off the ring.
Like on TikTok, they have those hot tub streams. No.
Oh, I haven't seen that.
Oh yeah.
I remember I'm not on TikTok. I just watched. I just watched the reels.
The other video.
OnlyFans?
The gaming.
Discord?
No. I can't even think.
I don't know.
My mind is fried right now. Any other questions? Garrett says for Sasquatch for the win. I would agree. I've seen them Broncos climb, real deal.
Honest, I do smile, I promise. I just have RBF where I'm thinking a lot, so I don't I don't speak a lot. Or I don't smile. Shut up. See? The brain works sometimes.
That's
no,
right.
my words don't find their way out sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes. Kelly, any final thoughts of I know we can't get into too much of our Bronco buying the Bronco, but hopefully when we get back from Vegas, there's a Bronco waiting on us. And you know what sucks? Here in Middle Tennessee, it's been raining constantly.
Yes.
And we're buying a convertible vehicle.
Yes.
So we've got that going for us.
Dr. Simple Beauty says Kelly should do off-road content for us newbies. We could definitely do that. We could definitely do some content.
Kelly, so we did on our off-road event that we put on. I'll say this too, and I've never told anybody but a handful of people this. My Nissan event was every September at Winrock Park. We did a week of off-roading, and I was very tempted to do a Bronco, change that into a Bronco event.
Yes, we talked about it.
And when we did these events, we had a ladies only run. And what was it? We made sure, like, what was it? The lady spotters, the drivers, and their significant other, if it were a male,
yes,
didn't get to go out. And well, he could go with us.
Yes, so guys could come with us, but they could not participate in the sense of the vehicle. So the girls had to get out, had to
Twitch.
drive it. Girls had to spot everything. So it was all ladies on this run.
And it was by people who knew what they were doing.
Yeah. So it was totally tenured folks. It wasn't that. And so don't get me wrong. There were a lot of times, actually this past year, we had ladies that were like, I can't do this. It was like, yes, you can. You can do this. And so I think we made some off-roaders out of some of the ladies that we brought with us that would have never, ever, ever done this in the real world.
This, for the guys, it opens up the wallet.
It does. It does open up the wallet. And for those of you that might have some control issues, it helps a lot to be in the driver's seat. It calms down that.
Yeah, pretty much. You'll see when we get ours, you'll see more videos of Kelly driving the Bronco off-road than me. And it's not because I have a blast watching Kelly be a kick-ass off-roader.
Yeah.
It's got a FedEx number. And Kelly can search that. We just realized that we
Yeah,
can.
I actually have a FedEx incoming from 1010.
Yeah, let's end with that. So if you've got it in your hammock, your Bronco hammock, I'm curious. Let me know in the comments. Also, did you get anything else from them? What we got a picture. We got the
poster.
The poster and the hammock. And then we noticed in our FedEx box the other day, we've got something else coming.
I have 10 coming from 1010 again. I don't know. It just says
it's their whoever does their.
It's 1 pound.
Merch.
Travel history. Shipment information was sent to FedEx on the 18th, so it's been 12 days. But it's coming from Ohio.
I'm hoping it's those little cars.
Somebody was saying something about they got their flags today.
Flags?
So something about a flag. Somebody posted on one of the groups. Garrett didn't get a hammock. Hammock is super nice, actually. I'm sorry.
We'll never use it, though. Let's be honest.
I don't know. We might.
Mark set up a Bronco event. I would totally attend. If you go over to Facebook, look for Bronco Fest. And if, there was enough love there, who knows what may happen. But I'll say
you
this.
told everybody no.
No, I'll say this. Like, running an event for us, we did it for 11 years. And I have a lot of gray hairs from doing that because we know with events, like, that's your vacation time. That's your special time. Even though we take our vacation to put these things on, like, we don't want to ever disappoint people. So, and that's, I think with Bronco, that would be the worst part of it is there would be a lot more people that would attend.
Yes.
We would get 100 Nissan people at this event. And I think with Bronco, you would get 300 to 400 trucks.
Easy. And
it would be, if I did this full time, I would jump back into that and do it. But I don't know that.
Would you though?
Yeah. If I would do it full time, if the channel was paid the bills, where I could just sit there, didn't have to stress like, oh great, Monday I've got to go back to work and I'm exhausted.
And Peugeot says I'm a sexist. It's okay. I'll take it.
Oh man, thank you all for the nice comments. Flags, yeah, I don't know anything about the flags, the Bronco flags.
Yeah, I saw it in somebody's chat, and of course I got distracted.
They did those little Hot Wheels.
Yeah, somebody said it's die-cast cars.
Yeah, I would love that, honestly.
There's lots of people that haven't gotten hammocks. What's up with that?
Yeah, it's weird.
It's so weird.
You know what's funny is we not cancel our order. We 99'd our order and we're getting all this stuff. And there's people who've never
been hot holding out.
Yeah, never change their orders and don't get anything.
So I wonder, is everybody that hasn't gotten a hammock, were you original hardtop orders?
Huh. I can't imagine that, because the letter they send out is just like, hey, hang in there.
No. I was just something to think about.
I don't hang horses, so I don't know why I would hang in there.
You don't? Oh. You don't hang horses?
I'm not hung like a horse, so.
That's true.
Wait, this just
went... All right, this just went to OnlyFans.
Yeah. The rest of this conversation. We'll get in the hot tub and we'll tell you all about it. No,
we won't.
I hope it is the cars, though, really.
Yeah, that would be really fun.
I just like silly. Like, I think that was nice of them to do that stuff, and they take a lot of heat on the forums about that. Like one dude did this full BS-y picture where he shows him throwing it in the trash can.
I saw
brand
that.
New, unused trash bag. Throws it in there. Like, what street cred are you getting from this? Because you're too cool to receive a free hammock?
You know what? He got a view.
Yeah, well, but
because you viewed it.
No, but I'm saying, like, it didn't move the needle for me.
I know.
And I've seen people do it they've ripped the posters up and like F Ford and this and that, and I'm like, dude,
give it to somebody that didn't get it.
Or it's just them trying to like say, hey, we're acknowledging that we've missed the mark a little bit.
Right. Like, here's the thing. Like, they didn't have to do it.
Yep.
Which some would argue they did. But they didn't have to do it. So people should... And that's a whole nother conversation for a whole different channel, I think. But, people are really ungrateful in the world we're living in right now. And that's all I'll put it at, is that people should be grateful for what they got.
Payment ends. I love your comment. Like a true Canadian, I ordered a hammock off the eBay. And I bet you when you ordered it, you said sorry.
Sorry,
Ford. I should have done this sooner.
Are you switching to a Bronco hat? You do have a Bronco hat.
I wore it today in a video.
But you're wearing Snazzleberry today.
Oh, I did. Well, this is the white part, but yes.
Yeah, they know it's Snazzleberry.
Like, there you go.
They know it's Snazzleberry.
There you go. For my haters.
Sold my poster. I'm not going to use my hammock. Dr. Simple Beauty.
Oh, I'm never going to use that.
Dave says we won't use the hammock, but let's be honest. Our daughter would totally use the hammock.
I just think it's a fun little collector's item. Like, I don't even know how to wear a hat normally.
No, you don't. You made fun of me for mine being backwards.
I know. I just think it's a fun collector's piece, like the picture. I'll eventually frame that little poster. I mean, it's not going to be in the background, but I think it's fun. I will say, did you guys watch the video that I posted this week of seeing the Bronco go down the line? Did you see it being put on the frame? Because
if you didn't, you missed out.
That is freaking awesome. And now, granted, that's not everybody doesn't get that kind of access. And not that I'm special enough really to get that video, but I was greatly appreciated.
You're special in one way or another.
By the connections that I have over there. And so I'm going to frame that. I'm going to have that picture done, framed.
Now, let's be honest. When it came in, you were like, what do I need a poster for? And I told you I was going to have it framed, I was going to put it up.
You definitely said that.
And now, look how things have changed. So the thing of it is that this one's a quick to make a decision on things. And I sit there and I think about it.
It's a plus and a minus.
It is a plus and a minus, yes. So he will buy a car like that and then 6 months later go, I don't really want this car anymore. Let's go sell it.
Oh, yeah. Honest sent me the Bronco license plate. Thank you for that.
Yes, thank you. So that's funny. Has anyone noticed that...
Which Johnny's Car Care has the same license plate, which I thought was really cool.
Oh, that is awesome. Osco Ibarra says, has anyone noticed the accessories prices going up at the dealership? I'm sure.
I've not, but we've talked about today. We were talking about buying that cage for the back of the because I don't know I don't even know what they call it on the Ford Performance. It's the Pickens Party of 5 has it. She locked her keys in the car and couldn't get into it because of it, which is kind of cool that they couldn't get into it. So if you're going shopping, you got the top off. It's kind of fun, but it's like $550 somewhere in there.
Sorry, I was reading.
But that
something crazy,
pretty expensive. But no, I don't pay a lot of attention because most of those accessories I don't want. I think the Beamy top is I don't think it's worth the price they're charging for it because the quality of it's pretty bad. There's that other company that was doing one that I know Pickens Party 5 was kind of pimping out. I think there's some flaws with that one as well. So
Want to Thrive says, so my dealer yet again said they can't change my priority code from 99. I went in person, said change my code or refund my deposit, and they changed me to 10 on Monday, and then I got a bill date and event on Thursday. Congratulations.
Dude, that is awesome.
That's awesome. So I'm interested to know if it was your post that I saw on one of the Bronco forums, because somebody had actually mentioned that same situation, that their dealership had no idea what a 99 was, said they wouldn't do it, or had no idea what the priority codes meant, so they weren't changing the priority code. So I'm curious if you were the one I saw on that, or whether there are multiple dealerships out there doing the same thing to people.
Payment instance, they think they're going to do that rear cage. I like it. The only thing is it takes away from some of the little areas in the back.
Yeah.
I think, not that we had Molly panels in our Xterra and use them. Not that we probably use all that area as Molly, but because we have your box, we have a handcrafted drawer system.
Yeah, I don't know how that's gonna work in there. I love it.
It does take up a lot of space,
but it takes up a lot of space,
and it's heavy.
It is very heavy.
But,
so we'll have yet to be seen on that.
But I could definitely see us buying that.
I could definitely see
especially
it.
with our Ford points, because we're supposed to, as soon as you sign on the dotted line, they're supposed to activate once the deal goes through. It activates.
Now, if they don't, talk to your dealer, because your dealer is supposed to push those points through.
I keep trying to end this thing, but yet, so our dealership today, which I think was full of BS, didn't know anything about the $1,000.
Yeah, because I asked.
So I forget what they call the thing, and it's not everybody doesn't
customer
get it.
appreciation or something.
And it's not for every reservation holder. Ford didn't fund it that well, but I was amazed that they just were like, huh, what? Because they know about the channel, especially our salesperson. Like I said, Francisco is a class act. So not that I need my back scratched at all.
No.
But as a guy who has
and we don't ask for anything,
a public voice,
yes,
that you would have thought they would have went, oh man, let's throw him a bottle of something, and I don't want it. I'm not asking for it, but you would have thought, and they just acted like they didn't have a clue about it, which means the dealership, and I know this is for a fact, the dealerships have to pay for it, and then they get reimbursed by Ford.
Yes,
which means they don't want to go through that trouble of paying for anything, then having to be reimbursed. So I thought that was a little funny. Oh heck yeah, honest. I'm telling you, I'm coming up that way, man, because I want to take the Bronco out, and we got to get some pictures with you in the Bronco. Big Red Journeys.
Thank you so much.
That means a lot.
$4.99 chat. Thank you so much. Been driving around town with the top down, getting head turns wherever I go. Love it. You guys are great. Just picked it up today or on Thursday. That's awesome. Congratulations.
It's like being in a rock star.
It is. It is.
When we drove that one in Michigan, by the way, where they're building these, which we only saw 2 others when we were at the Dream Cruise. Mm-hmm. Dude, we had a guy in a black Raptor come up to us, roll down his window, and he's just pumping his arms like he must have worked for Ford.
Yeah.
But he was like, and you could hear him saying, hell yeah. Like, he was so excited to see us. And
then we had somebody at a wedding go, that's a good looking Jeep. I said, it's not a Jeep. It's a Bronco.
We kind of wanted to.
I wanted to be a little shitty with that.
In a family, you can't be, weddings.
It wasn't
weddings
family.
Are fight fests enough.
It wasn't family. It was somebody else's family.
Well.
Flo Juarez says, where can I get my Bronco wrapped? Check out Lifestyle Off-Road. Depending upon where you are in the country, it might work for you to do wrapping.
Expect a pretty big price tag.
Yeah.
The wrap alone that we have planned, I think, is just the materials is over $1,500.
Yeah.
So, but we have something planned that when I get,
fun.
I'll share it down the road. But like I said, we got to live with the Bronco for a little bit as is. Which is scary at the same times because...
yes, because then it's not protected.
Yeah, we don't want to leave it unprotected for too long.
Yeah, Dr. Simple Beauty 300 says they only get the money if they can prove they spent it on some of the customer. Yeah, so they've got to submit for reimbursement. And I've also heard that some dealerships, like if you've got a big conglomerate dealership, they're holding it for the big conglomerate side overall instead of letting it trickle down to the little dealerships, which is pretty... shitty if you ask me.
Yeah, the next shitty part was when we learned that I asked our dealer, hey, where was your demo? How come y'all never contacted me about your demo? And what did they say, Kelly?
Nothing. I'm not divulging that. You can divulge that one if you want to.
The owner's wife is driving it. So
in 15 minutes that it came on the lot.
Yeah. So that was, that's not uncommon. I've seen that quite a bit, but I just thought that was a.
Yes, Cole, it is worth it for the wrap if you plan on keeping it. We had a wrap put on my '09 Xterra, for like 2 years before we got rid of it? Mm-hmm. And honestly, it was amazing because I actually covered up a bunch of trail damage on it, and it was great.
Yes.
And then we wheeled it a lot.
She caved her door in, is what she's saying, on a tree.
Yeah, but how long?
Hey, no, I'm not. I think it was amazing how you handled the situation.
Let's be honest.
And
he expected it to be much more damage.
There's a video on Nissan Nation Productions of us at Windrock.
And he actually told me that I did less damage than he expected in that area because it was not going to be fun. Because we were wheeling with some pretty...
massive rigs.
And
I told her, I said, hey, you just caved your door in. She goes, oh, okay. And just kept driving. I was like expecting her face to turn white and just be upset.
Well,
you love that. You love that.
I do. And luckily a friend of ours has it.
It's still in the... Yeah, it's still sort of in the family.
Yeah.
Guys, you guys keep asking questions. I'm like...
I know, we're almost at 3 hours.
I know, it's crazy. You were tired before
I am tired.
Let's see. Getting hungry pizza. Yeah. Hey, Kelly, order our pizza, by the way.
Okay. Where do you want it from tonight?
I don't care. Wherever you order it from. Let's see. I got time for a few more, guys. And thank you to all 95 people who have smashed the like button. Once again, it just helps people find my channel, and I greatly appreciate that. And even the one dislike, I mean, my feelings aren't really hurt, but if we're not your style content, that's okay. We'll win you over. Let's see. So this week coming up, I've got a us going to CarMax video. That's going to be fun. I've got a walk around of some Broncos, which is going to be fun. Massive ring. But I've got some fun videos planning, and obviously SEMA. You're probably going to get a lot of videos come Tuesday and Wednesday of us at SEMA. If you like the videos, smash the like, make a comment too. YouTube seems to like when people comment, and if you don't mind, share a few of them on Facebook or wherever. If we're going for pizza, honestly, if somebody says brick oven pizza, Kelly, where are we going for pizza if we had our
It's not brick oven, it's deep dish Giordano's in Chicago.
Giordano's, yeah, man. I've been craving some of that too.
Me too, man.
Thanks, Chicago Auto Show, for moving. Let's see. I'm streaming watching you order pizza.
Somebody said Domino's.
I love a thin crust Domino's. I can destroy that.
Guess where I'm ordering from? Domino's. I'll take your sponsorship.
Did you really?
I did.
Ladies and gentlemen, this live stream was not brought to you by
was
Domino's
not, but I'll take it.
Or Jack Daniels, Frank Sinatra, but we do appreciate that.
Yes.
So SEMA is coming up. I'm excited, guys. I'm excited to travel again. I'm not excited to wear a mask on an airplane for 5 hours, but is what it is, and somehow I'll deal with that just for you guys. So, whether it be two-wheel drive,
four-wheel drive.
It does not matter what you drive, because we've been talking Broncos here on the Nation. And Kelly, what are we?
We are out.
Peace, everybody.